Well, that's not my fault. If she's in that other room, she can show up whenever the Sam hell she wants.
Just
All
do
right.
the diddle dang.
Hello, welcome back to Unwound Future. We're gonna make progress because Grant's gonna have a conniption otherwise.
Yes.
Okay, we're heading to
so we need go
Flatstone Street.
Wait. Because I really want Saba to see this. It's we're hitting something very important.
Montresor.
I think. Do we come back here later? No, I'm pretty sure it's right now.
5 seconds. Okay, we can
5
wait.
seconds.
We can wait 5 seconds. I'm willing to do that. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hello, Subaru, welcome back to Unwound Future. We were just talking about how you are secretly Sylvester Stallone. I will kill you. Do it. All right. What to talk about? Before Saba gets here, you want to talk about Pokemans?
Yeah. I love not using wheels, dude. Fuck wheels. Legs are my new best friend.
Funny enough, it's growing on me.
It's so silly,
you know,
and it's stupid, and I love it.
It's the fact that he inflates the tires and then still runs that is like really upsetting me. I think what it's gonna be is that the walking, like the weird run walk that the legendary does. I think that is going to be like normal speed, and then you're gonna have the boost speed like you did with the bike in Sword and Shield, right? So I think with the boost speed, he's gonna use the tire.
Perhaps. I just hope he runs faster.
He just starts galloping like a dog.
Yeah, I'd love that. I think
it's really funny.
Great.
The swim animation is peak. What did his swim animation look like? Was he doggy paddling? Or was it like an iguana where it kind of goes like blue, blue, blue with his tail?
Blip.
He says, yeah, so it was doggy paddling. Fucking, that's so stupid, dude. I love it.
But he can fly too.
He has
all-terrain.
All-terrain Pokemon. Man, it's been a lot longer than 5 seconds. What a liar Saba is.
Saba's gaslighting. Hold on, let me.
Saba is gaslighting us. What was I gonna say though? Straight up though, that trailer does more or less confirm all of the leaks that were coming out.
Well, all except for the evolutions.
Are you talking about the treasure evolutions or the future and past forms?
I was gonna say the starter evolutions.
That's true. We don't quite. We literally. Well, I say the reason why I say confirm is that who in their right mind would call that there would be treasure? There would be a treasure mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
Like no one could have predicted that. Like I know it's Spain, right? And like, you know, Spain was obsessed with like gold and shit. So like I guess you could kind of put 2 and 2 together with treasure. But the fact that it was like they called the treasure mechanic they called a mechanic that revolved around the idea of treasure that changed a Pokemon's type. That's exactly what they both called. They both called it in separate circumstances.
Right.
All right, Saba's here. We're done talking about Pokemans now.
Let's go. Saba.
I want to talk about Pokemon.
Is she here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
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 No?
Why are you... Oh, you're because are you using your real mic again?
Are you real, Saba?
What does real mic mean?
What the fuck did you just do? Did you just get closer to your mic?
Yes, I did.
Stop going away from your mic. It makes me fuck with audio levels, and then suddenly you get really loud.
No,
just stay consistent, all right?
No.
This is the consistent, so raise me.
I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head.
Oh my god.
I can't make you any louder. You have to make yourself louder.
I do have Saba up to 200.
And
I
I'm
will say.
literally at like 100 on my thing.
Then you must scream to
turn
the
it up!
heavens.
You are farther away from your mic, which means that you are quieter to everyone else.
None of me. I don't know what you want from me. It doesn't work that way.
I'm going to
talk.
kill
I don't
you. You can turn
don't
up
touch
your
him.
input level in Discord. I do not believe you have done that.
Dick sword.
I'm dying. Input level is already like if you're speaking about this. Let me just.
She's
make
fucking with
sure,
her input sensitivity. I know she is.
No. Are you speaking about this?
Are you sending a screenshot?
Yes.
No, she's pointing at her screen.
She's
You're right
pointing.
behind her.
I
Not
half
loading!
expected her to point at her screen, to be fair. Okay, so you are at max for both. Okay.
Yes.
Does your mic doesn't have a sensitivity on it?
I don't think so.
Well,
You have the
dial.
same mic I do, right? Because you and I both bought the
No.
same one that Grant had.
No, I mine's is a Samsung COIO.
Galaxy.
Okay.
I1U.
Well, fix your audio. You're too quiet. I love that you have your new setup, and I'm glad that you found a way to be like comfortable. But it's it's the exact. You remember when I told you that I was going back through the audio files for Bowser's Inside Story, and you were crazy loud compared to everybody else? This is the exact opposite. You are now not exactly crazy quiet, but you are quieter than I would like, and I can't turn you up without also turning Grant up.
Make me super loud.
I don't want to do that, Grant.
Oh,
I'm gonna
hold
make
on,
myself
hold on,
super loud.
hold
I'm
on.
gonna turn
hold on.
my dial
So
all
while
the way.
Is
Summer's
this better?
figuring,
Is this better?
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
What did you do?
Okay.
Did you figure
I
it
had
out?
to go into my
bit
system
closer.
sound input, and
You
then
didn't
in
do
there
that?
it gave me.
No, it's okay.
no, I
I'm glad.
because when
I'm
you go
glad we
to-
have a solution. Let's keep it like this. Let's do a little bit of Pokemon's talk, and then we'll get
Yeah.
on with the Unwound futures, so that way Grant can finally come.
Please, I've been edging for so long.
It's been a week. It's been almost a week. Yeah. So, what was the last thing we were talking about? We were talking about like the idea that like the leaks
Treasure.
have like more or less been confirmed. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It would be awesome if the leak about Sprigatito was just a joke, right? But
What is the leak?
Like-
I missed stuff.
Saba,
You gotta.
Saba, I sent you that enormous list.
Oh, the thing
should
that
have
was
two
so
legs.
long, I literally did not want to read it.
Cool, that's
Two
your problem. But
legs.
it was a full compilation of all of the info that was leaking out of these like two different private Twitters that people were like one of them was going insane. He was doing fucking he was doing like Zodiac killer shit where he was like encrypting his Pokemon leaks, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just tell us what's wrong. Just tell us what it is.
Yeah.
And then the first hint that all of the leaks were legit was the fact that Nintendo opened a private investigation into figuring out how someone was accessing their like servers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's like, oh shit, so this is like super real. But so the stuff we were talking about was the idea that one of the things that was in the leaks was that there was a quote unquote treasure or a mechanic that was based around treasure, which seems to be the crystallization, or what is it called? It's like
Terra something or other.
terrassalization. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
terrestrial. Yeah.
terrassalization. I'm just gonna call it Bejeweled. So in theory, based on the leak, the idea is that some Pokemon, when you bejewel them and then they level up at a certain point, they will evolve into a unique like treasure version of themselves. And I think the only one that the person like confirmed was that I guess Bronzor and Bronzor evolves into like a treasure Bronzong, which is interesting. That's the only one that I saw. Maybe there was others. And then the other thing is that apparently they're also introducing forms, which is in Pokemon.
He's not kidding his hands.
Sorry.
Like, I can hear you like karate
you can
chopping
see me
your
doing
palm.
it too, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know I know.
You know exactly what I'm doing because I'm trying to
like.
remember, and so I'm hitting my hand. But anyway, future and past forms of certain Pokemon. So like one of them, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be like a past version of Swalot. So it's like what Swalot looked like in ancient times, which apparently ties into Hisui, which is interesting, I guess. But then there's also future versions of Pokemon like fucking Magnezone, where Magnezone is now legit a UFO. And stuff like that.
Past and future. I will say, I saw like the type of, what is it, the Pokemon specific for each, like Scarlet and Violet, and I will say, unfortunately, I think I like Violet's a little bit better, but
I mean,
okay.
It's super fair because it actually functions like a vehicle, I guess, in a weird way. It's also a lot like neater in general, but I'm gonna stick with my tires.
I mean, both of the professors are hot, so.
True. I would still choose Scarlet, but come on, man. If we're basing, is it Koraidon off of a motorcycle, why don't his wheels work? He's not an ancient
No, you misunderstand, Saba. His wheels work perfectly. He just elects to not use them because he's based.
Oh, God. Because you know what I thought would have been like better? Right? Is that like, why not have his wheels turn and then have, is it Koraidon? Or whichever one.
The Muradon or whatever. Why do his wheels turn but he hovers, whereas the other guy's wheel doesn't turn and he runs?
Yeah, I feel like
it's really stupid. I'm not gonna argue with that. It's really fucking stupid.
Like that would have been like my I feel like that would have made sense to me. It's like, okay, just have the motorcycle guy run and then have the future guy like float.
There was a thing that I saw, and this is obviously like just making a joke at Game Freak's expense, but somebody was like, maybe the one that floats has the wheel turn because the actual object isn't connected to anything, so they could just select that 3D model, that part of the 3D model, and just spin it, whereas the tire actually connects to the body, and they didn't know how to make it turn without fucking up the polygons and stuff. I was like, that's really mean, but also very funny.
I will say, you remember when I was saying like, oh, it doesn't look like it's like part of his chest at all, but we saw like the pre-form before they run. That looks so much better.
He's like puppy, dude. He's like, come on, fight me.
Let's go.
Also, considering how Game Freak likes to code, very likely. Exactly. So now I think we can wrap up the Pokemon thing because admittedly there's not a whole lot to talk about. Also, it's not a Chihuahua.
I know, but it looks like a Chihuahua.
Is it?
I think I realized that afterwards.
It's the one that really famous internet picture is from. It's like the really fluffy dog that's like shaped like a cube. You remember seeing that picture?
Cube.
Yeah. But how do you guys feel about bedazzling?
I think it's the stupidest shit ever.
I hate that it just puts a hat on their head.
Yeah, it's honestly the hat. I think who posted something on like Discord that like it looked cool. Yeah, there's something that like maybe Jesse posted. I'm like, or you, Zach.
Oh no, it was Zach with the ring pop.
They
on
just
Persian's
fucking put a ring
head.
pop on their head. Because the thing was that the normal bedazzling is fine-ish because it puts like a big gaudy crown on their head, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess. And the fire puts a chandelier, or rather like a candelabra, on their head, and I was like, that's kind of clever. But then the water one is just like a shitty fountain, and the grass one is like you know what my problem with the grass one is? It's not symmetrical. The flowers flowers aren't symmetrical in any way, so it doesn't look good to me. It's just like, oh, now you just have like crystal flowers poking out of your head. And then the other thing about it, and I know that they wouldn't have done this because it's Game Freak and it would be very difficult, but like the fact that they get this giant thing sprouting out of their head that's like twice to 3 times the size of either their head or their entire body, but yet it doesn't seem to add any weight to their animation.
You could have just made them crystal, but I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Straight up, you could have just made them
something...
crystal. I agree.
No, I know, but then, like I said, let me finish. But like, it makes sense that they have to have something to indicate that type change, that thing that they're adding in.
I would
like,
rather if like their entire color palette changed to reflect the typing, if that makes sense.
So I would maybe agree with that, yeah. But then also they would be like, but this is like the same thing as shiny, like you're gonna confuse people, and I'd be like, shut up, just better than this.
I'll kill you. But the but like you know, Silveroon even mentions it. It is straight up the worst version of Mega Evolutions, and I understand that there was a reason why they kind of wanted to move away from Mega Evolutions from like a game design standpoint. But at the same time, like this is like, as somebody who just recently finished like Pokemon Sun and is now moving on to Ultra Sun, fucking this is just Z moves again. It's Z moves plus like the temporary nature of Gigantamaxing. And it's like, really? This is what you're doing?
God.
It
I hate walking down. Anywho, I'm just quickly going through this stuff real fast to see if I have any comments. What is it? What's the guy's name? Grusha really went over my head. I'm like, we can't see half of his face. That's why we're like, oh. Jesse was like, yeah, Grusha's a guy. And I was like, oh, okay.
Grusha is hot as fuck, dude. I don't give a shit. They are fucking beautiful.
I would agree. Do you like the biology teacher?
Who's the biology teacher?
Wait,
Jacques?
Yeah.
Jacques?
He's like purple.
You're gonna have to put your.
Okay.
Why is everyone so hot? Because it's Spain, dude. This is what happens when you have good Mediterranean food plus access to the Atlantic. This is what happens.
I will say I did like the.
Look at this dweebus.
Oh my God, his modeling game still feels hot, Zach. I'm gonna be quite honest. Maybe the little like 2D picture, it's actually giving more geek vibes. But that model is like nice.
I'm not gonna argue, but I fucking hate his hair looks awful.
He just looks wild.
I love his glasses though. Also, this guy definitely cooks meth on the weekends.
We have to cook.
By the way, I like that new ice Pokemon that
the fucking stupid pure ice whale. I love his mouth so much.
So I like that. I liked all the cast of characters they like showed.
Fucking
was, like,
your battle rival is pretty good. The guy who's apparently obsessed with cooking in some way is pretty good.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Kelly, Penny, something like that. She's pretty good. Everybody obviously knows that Sada and Gamora are pretty good.
They didn't show the names of the thing.
They showed a couple other of the gym leaders, which all of them are hot, except for the one that I think was a child. Legally cannot be hot.
What you call it? Poison Wooper.
You mean Pooper?
Don't say that. Don't say that, please.
I'm poisoning this poison type Wooper. It's Pooper.
Damn.
I love the name Fido. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I love Fido so much. I look forward to being able to drop kick a Fido over a building.
Tiny dogs that I just want to yeet out of here because they're so annoying.
I wanna punt Fido through the uprights for an extra point after a touchdown.
But yes, the whale thing I like. I already said that. What is it? Cetitan?
Cetitan, yeah. Apparently it's supposed to be based on a Spanish narwhal, which I've never heard of that before. Hopefully Fido gets a good Evo. Everybody keeps making the purebred joke, but like they should.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, it's so good. Naming convention.
Anything else, Sava?
Terra. Terra. The multiplayer thing seems cool. I still don't know whether or not you can, what is it? Like go through with like story wise. If you can.
That's a very good question.
Yeah. I'm
straight up. I might actually be inclined to say no. Because I think that would require you to desync your game state from the other people that you're doing co-op with, and I'm going to assume that they're going to use the same like co-op quote unquote netcode that Sword and Shield used in the Crown Tundra DLC or expansion, and that was ass. So I don't know about that. I think it's going to be the sort of thing where, like, if you want to do co-op, it's just to explore the world.
I will say the visuals are still like mid. I would say like the first like initial shots were nice, but like it still had a bunch of aliasing
this time, which is nice, right? Because like Legends Arceus looks like doo-doo butter, but just has some really good ideas to like buoy it to something like passable. Whereas this has visual styles and still screenshots, like non-moving screenshots, look pretty okay. The problem is that a lot of gameplay ends up looking like still screenshots because the frame rate's so ass.
Did you guys see like the Pachirisu at the bottom right hand corner of like one of the scenes, and the kids were like at a perfect frame rate, but the Pachirisu was at lower frame rate?
Oh no.
I thought it was really funny. Let me go find that for you, just so you're like.
If you right click on a YouTube video, you can copy URL at current time.
Yeah, let me find that because I thought that was hilarious. Let me just go this faster. You guys could talk about something else as I figure this out, as I find it.
I don't know, Grant, do you have any final statements? Whatever Saba's about to show us is going to be the end, because then we're going to move on with Unwound Future, because we got to make progress.
Please. I got.
Oh, did you like how they like replaced every other Pokemon like moving wise with just like the legendary? What are your thoughts about getting a legendary Pokemon early in game?
I don't think they've done that yet, right?
I don't think so, because legendaries were supposed to kind of be like that god mythical thing, right? That you meet at the end of your story. But no, these guys are just like, have a legendary Pokemon.
Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. But you get what legendary are you referring to, Silveroon? Because in Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, you get but you get them like halfway to like 2/3 of the way through the story, don't you?
And was Latios and Latias the canonical big end legendary Pokemon?
No, obviously not. It was Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza.
Yeah, so it's like aren't these guys in this?
These are the box legendaries, and you're getting them like early, right?
Yeah, so that feels weird because it's like
maybe you can't use them in battle.
I'm going to assume that you can't use them in battle until the end of the game, where you fight whatever. Just like how Zamazenta and Zacian, you use them to fight Eternatus. I'm assuming that you're going to do the same thing with whatever thing is like fucking up the timeline. You know, it feels regardless to get Koraidon, Miraidon super early. The thing is that I don't think that they're legendaries in the same way that we think of legendaries.
There's a ton of them. Everyone has one.
Exactly, right? They have that shot where like there are 2 duplicates of each. I think they're legendary Pokemon, or rather, I think from the context of the story, I think they're going to be legendary Pokemon in that this is the Pokemon from the past. This is the same Pokemon from like 1,000 years in the future. If that makes sense. Like, that's what makes them legendary, is the fact that they're from a different time. But I don't know. Because the thing is, I don't dislike riding around on them. I think that that's cool. I like that idea. It is really weird to have like Pokemon that are straight up dedicated to being vehicles, as opposed to using a Pokemon in a more unique way. But as long as this doesn't become the norm, I'm okay with it, I think. You know?
I was just about to say one like positive note is that like when they introduced some of the characters, the hair physics was way nicer than what is it?
I don't think it was hair physics, Saba. I think that was pre-canned animations of the hair moving.
Maybe, but at least it was. At least the hair looks.
At least it
nicer.
didn't look like
And,
it was stuck on top of a Lego figurine.
Yeah. Can't seem to find. Where is this Pachirisu? Thought it was hilarious.
No matter what I say about it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm obviously a lot more positive on this than I was about Legends Arceus, obviously. But I know no matter what I say, Grant's just gonna stab me in the back anyway. I already have 2 knife
As
wounds back
usual.
there.
You ready for a third?
I am. Like, fucking this guy. Like, what did you end up getting? Did you end up getting sword or shield?
I got
Oh,
sword.
because you bought it?
Yeah.
He
I got
bought
sword.
it
Yeah.
and Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
If I could, I would jettison Grant out into the vacuum of space and just
Among
like,
Us.
and when he's like, Zach, why? I just like put Legends Arceus, your copy, up on the window.
Here it is.
As like my head implodes.
No, you turn into Crystal Ice, like what's his face from
There we
Magic
go.
School Bus.
Hopefully it works.
Arnold.
There you go. It should take you to, like, close to that
And
point where you see
Oh my
my
god,
God,
the
you're right.
Pachirisu.
Holy shit.
the frame rate for the
That
punch.
doesn't
I
make
don't know
any
what happened.
sense. Why would it be? It's a pre-rendered shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pre-rendered like shit.
Would this be a bad time to say that Pokemon Legends Arceus is one of my favorite Pokemon games? The thing is, I don't disagree with that assessment, because obviously it's your opinion, you're allowed to have your opinion, but
probably
like
really fun.
Pokemon Legends Arceus does so many unique and interesting improvements to the overall like Pokemon formula. I have no doubt in my mind that it's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon game ever. That doesn't change the fact that the game is built out of spit and duct tape. You know,
It looks like garbage. You
it
know?
looks like absolute fucking Garbodor. And if you argue that it doesn't, I'm gonna send you some fucking screenshots.
like whatchamacallit, I'm imagining Silveroon, you're like, oh, I'm having fun, and then 1 second later you see a visual thing that like takes you a little bit out, and then you're like, and you go back to having fun. But it's just like, you know, looking at that visual is a little cringeworthy whenever like you're in the middle of
And
playing
it's
it.
fine, you know, like I'm not here to curb stomp anybody's potato salad. But yeah, like kind of like how it improves, kind of like how Breath of the Wild improves the Zelda formula. You know what I mean? Where like it takes the same basic concept and then just revolutionizes it in a brand new way. Now that being said, Breath of the Wild has like a lot more systemic stuff going on, whereas the vast majority of Pokemon Legends Arceus's changes are in the battle system and the catching mechanics, as well as like, you know, how you interact with the world. Like you can't use, and like I know this is crazy, but like I fucking wish I could take my fire Pokemon and just be like, out of battle, be like, hey, use Ember and set a forest on fire. Once we get a Pokemon game, well, listen, not because I want to be violent, but because once we get to the point where a Pokemon game has the systems that allow it to do something like that, I know that we have finally returned to the level of quality that was Pokemon Rangers Shadows over Almia.
I think ultimately, what we know about Game
Ultimate
Freak is that
Alien?
they can do mechanics really well. Like they have really interesting ideas for mechanics, like all that stuff. They just, I don't know, they need a visual team. You know, I think they need someone
They
boosting
need
that art
time.
department.
That's what they need. They have it's literally the best example of technical debt ever. Like Bethesda used to be the be all end all example for like, this team and this engine has too much tech debt and it's too far behind. Now it's fucking Game Freak, because the Pokemon company looked at Game Freak dead in the fucking eyes and said, make a 3D game. And on the 3DS, they were like, okay, we can do some shit with like the camera to fuck with it, right? So that way we don't have to, you know, have too much on screen at any given time. And then like they get the Sword and Shield eventually, and in Sword and Shield, it's like, oh shit, the player has control of the camera. What are we gonna do? You know? So,
Yeah.
you know, once again, not shitting on Game Freak specifically, shitting on the Pokemon company for not allowing Game Freak to take the time they need to catch up to even to even catch up to the standards of like 7 years ago, you know? They should really wrap Pokemon Rangers field mechanics into the game. 100%. Like, I said before that I've been working on the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon campaign for a little while now, and one of my favorite things to like consider when I'm designing like areas and encounters and stuff like that is how players playing as a Pokemon might use their abilities in ways that I could have anticipated. You know what I mean? Because it's like Vine Whip is a weak ass fucking grass type move that Bulbasaur can know, but if Saba chooses to play as a Bulbasaur, she literally has a fucking a grappling hook at all times. She can just wrap it around a stick and pull herself up to anywhere she wants, and that's a crazy powerful ability. So I don't know. Once again, I know that there's a shit zillion Pokemon in the world. I know that, but like, quadruple the size of the team, give them like 5 years to make the next Pokemon game, and it will fucking crush everything. There will be no, like, you know how Elden Ring like ate everybody's lunch? Like, all of these release dates got pushed out of the way to make room for Elden Ring. There will be like an entire year period where everybody is getting out of the way for whatever that Pokemon game is, the one where Game Freak is finally allowed to catch up. Anyway, we need to move on. It's been over half an hour. We need to move on.
We will. I want to last thing. Not that I like, advocate this for this specifically, but I feel like it would be hilarious if we were forced to play as our government assigned Pokemon in that.
I think that might cause problems. Although I have, I have planned for you to be a Mareep, so that makes sense.
No, I'm technically a Flaffy.
What the fuck is this thing? It's Bostro.
It's Bostro.
And he's talking to Boss.
Oh, what is this zombie?
It's Bostro.
Oi, what are you doing wearing the boss's getup? Is your idea of a joke?
No, not at all.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen any of you round here before.
This just sounds like me in the morning.
You become British.
Yes, well, we don't often get a chance to visit this fine establishment of yours.
Dunno about that, but I'm gonna need you to come with me for some questioning. This way, you three.
Oh!
Professor,
Oof.
run away while you can.
Really? Do we...
Holy shit, karate chop.
God.
Oh no!
Quickly, you two, this way.
That's a good sprite. someone should snap this real quick. Like, take a screen snap so that way I can turn that into an emote. Here, let me screen snip that real quick.
Spooky Luke. Spooked Luke.
Luke. All right, hold on to that.
Well, wait, you just said the S word. What is it, Zach?
Lukey! Wow, Silverman, you're very fast. Holy shit. All right, cool. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on.
Don't let him escape! You hear? Don't let him escape!
Oh, I thought they...
Oh my god, and they're shooting
Holy,
me!
what the hell? They're
heck?
shooting each other!
They're shooting everyone!
Every single one of these people should be dead. Also, what the fuck are you
family
doing?
don't fuck around.
Just immediately... No, they're just destroying property. What's
No, but this
happening?
is their property.
They want
Yeah.
them dead.
Calm yourself, Luke. I have a plan.
No, you don't.
He has a plan.
Where are you going?
You left the boy to be shot at.
Do you see a way out of this?
I do, but I'll need your help.
But you don't need the other Luke's help.
Nah, we need the smart Luke.
Slot machine gun. That's a good pun. Oh, I gotta write that down. Give me 1 second.
Slot machine gun.
I need a replacement for bullet punch.
Nice.
Oh, frick.
Build a
build a
machine,
machine
gun.
gun.
It's basically like, fitting everything in this. It's like the briefcase, Zach. We did.
It's the camera.
camera or
briefcase?
briefcase. Either one. Make a gun. Make a weapon.
Layton, this is kind of fucked.
Well, they got Tommy guns and we don't, so I think this is only fair.
Oh my god, we're gonna load some shit. We're gonna load like dice or coins in that top bit. I'm so excited.
You ready for this shit?
This
Making
is
our own gun. We're
probably
gonna shoot back
that,
at them.
and then this
Is
is
there gonna be
probably
murder
that.
in this game? Dang.
Let's
That should do
find
the
out.
trick.
Did we
Let's
just assemble the
go.
weapon that's about to show up in the next
Like a
cutscene?
puzzle solved.
Yes.
Fuck you if you think you can make this.
It's Professor Layton, bitch.
MacGyver. Holy, it's huge.
They
And
use
coins.
the fucking coins.
Why did? Whoa! What the hell? Are they just
Their
robots
faces
or
aren't
something?
even moving.
Yeah, are they
Are
just
they
wearing
wearing
masks? Oh! Oh!
And those
What the fuck is
coins
up with
must
that
probably
guy?
really hurt. He's
We're going
just
in,
moving on.
That guy, did you see the guy swinging his arms back and forth as he ran?
I'd say that
Love
was a
it.
close one.
They weren't shooting real bullets.
Funny.
They
I
were,
don't
yeah.
remember you helping.
We were shooting coins.
So that means I get some credit for assisting.
Oh, is that so?
That's very interesting logic.
Okay, that was fucking sick. that was
That's
was
what I was
cool as
hoping
hell.
we could get to last time.
Oh, we got a new course. Hey, look, the third file slot is still Flora, despite her having not shown up.
Yet.
The enigmatic future. Shit's fucked, Luke.
This shit sucks.
Oh, I guess this is a. Oh, dude, it's the three of us.
Yeah.
Hey. So, Mr. Triton, where are we headed?
Luke, please call me anything but Mr. Triton. It's really strange being called that by myself.
It's pretty awkward for me too, but what else am I supposed to call you?
I don't see why you both can't be called Luke. Should the need to distinguish the two of you arise, you can be Big Luke and you Little Luke.
I'm not too keen on Little Luke, but it beats all this confusion.
That'd be so good if his name changed to Big Luke.
Whatever you say goes, Professor. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again, little Luke.
But the pleasure is all mine, Big Luke.
Now, where were we? Oh yes, there's something that I need to check up on. Professor, on your way to the casino, did you pass a restaurant in the shopping arcade?
Think so? Yes. The one near the southern exit to the arcade.
That's the one. We'll head there first. A friend of mine is waiting for us there.
Future Flora. Also known as Flora.
With fedora.
Flora. Oh!
It's Horace.
Why are you sticking up on me like that? You'll give me a heart attack.
Sorry, sir. I didn't think a simple hello would scare you so much.
I was lost in thought and didn't see you there. Anyway, I have things to take care of. Goodbye. How odd.
What's odd, Professor?
Well, you see, Luke, it's when you divide a number in half and don't get a clean number.
Not the math, Professor. Not again.
Take a look at the ground, Luke. His footprints are covered in blood.
Oh no!
Man left wet footprints even though it hasn't rained since we got here. So why were his shoes wet?
He
I
pissed.
haven't the foggiest.
He peed
Maybe
his
it was some
pants.
sort of fog.
Some really dense, wet, moist fog.
I mean, you've been in fog before, right?
Yep.
I'm about to say you can get damp in fog.
Yeah. But look at your shoes.
Well, depends on
wanna
how long
dry
you're
it.
in the fog, I guess.
Yeah.
Going this way. Oh, hello! It's me again!
It's her. It's Berta. Berta.
Bird up!
Just a little farther, Luke. We're almost to the arcade now.
I know, we walked through there earlier.
No, right. Of course you did. You mentioned that before, didn't you?
Yeah. Hey, you know, there's something I've been wondering about.
What's on your mind?
A time machine able to take people to any point in time would really change the world. Not just that, it could improve people's lives.
It could also fucking obliterate people's lives, so I don't know.
Yes, it certainly has the potential to do that.
So even though the machine could do so much for people, you want to stop it from being made?
Think about this scenario. Imagine there's this bully who's always giving you trouble.
Just kill
His name
the
is
bully!
Professor Layton.
Stop with this line of logic! If someone is causing problems, kill them!
Just kill them.
It's like, we can't have something good like time travel because then bad people will use that to their advantage. Fucking kill them! End their lives!
Because Zach's one of the bad people who would use it to his advantage.
What are you talking about?
I will kill anyone in my way.
Listen, it's the Punisher, okay? I will gladly kill anybody that's between me and the access to time travel, and then as soon as that pathway is open, I will just disappear, probably.
Probably. All right.
Go on.
Well,
Now,
no.
let's say you had that time machine we've been talking about. Would you travel back in time to when that bully was a bratty 5-year-old and wail on him?
Is that the
Zach,
right,
what?
is that the right whale?
I don't know. And drop a whale on him?
And drop a whale on him?
Of course not. That'd be cruel.
Fuck that.
I need to find a.
Go in the future and kill him multiple times as you go seconds in the past.
Well,
Until
I need
you
to
get
find a
your
way to get rid of this
catharsis.
whale. Until you get catharsis. Oh my god. Of course you wouldn't, because you've got a good heart. But imagine the damage someone less kind could do with that machine.
I guess I never thought of it that way. We've got to stop that machine from being built.
Fucking nonsense. It's absolute horse crap, this line of thinking. Oh, it's Belle again.
It's Belle.
Fucking who did this?
I think it was you or Adrian.
Was it
Yeah,
just like
I don't
generic,
remember.
like terrible female voice?
I think so.
Oh, there you are, Flukykins. Now, how I miss the sound of your sweet voice.
Well, I'm begging you to listen. My name is Luke, with an L.
Oh, what a name! What's in a name, anyhow? All that matters is there's love we share, Fluky Poo. Fluky Poo is my favorite whooper form. Don't you feel lucky to have met your soulmate so early in your long life? Because you should.
Listen, Belle, I think maybe you've got...
Big dreams for our future. You bet I do. Now, if only I could get this plan of our house right. Oh, fuck. Don't help here with this. What the fuck?
Don't help. No, stop.
The empty lot below is lined with wooden stakes forming a grid of squares. Your job is to stretch ropes between the stakes so that a 4-person family that is planning to build a house here can have 4 identically shaped rooms. You must complete the puzzle using the entire lot in 5 ropes or less. A rope that traverses multiple stakes in a straight line counts as 1 row, if you can draw it with a single stroke. So I guess you need like 4
I did it.
or 4 squares.
He's done it.
He's done it.
You know what? Why settle for 5
What a
rooms?
piece of pie.
When we could have more.
Oh, God. I always forget about this when we come back to Professor Layton. It's like, oh shit, thinky.
Thinky.
Thinky brain.
Uh-oh.
I don't even understand how you can have equally shaped rooms when, like, this shit exists. Five equally shaped rooms. But it has to also use the entire plot. So none of the rooms can be diagonal, because then they're not identical.
It's just that, oh, it's the bottom left and the top right things that, like, screw this up.
Well, what if I start with this? Wait, no, I just established that we can't have diagonals, right?
Can you just make a diagonal house, like whatchamacallit? The shape can be reversed, Zach. So, like, you can make a diagonal on the inside of, like, imagine you did chop it up into 4. You would just have to make a diagonal line on the bottom, or, like, in the middle for, like, the top left
you mean
and the
like
bottom
this?
right. No. I'm saying, you see how, like, the outside edge of, like, the top right has that side? Like the diagonal,
outside edge of the top right has that side. You mean this?
Yeah, so that, can you just do that, except on the inside, if we were to cut this into 4, on the inside for the top left and bottom right?
Okay, you're gonna have to hit me with that again, because that didn't, I didn't pick up on that. So you want me to start from here and go where?
Oh, I'm just asking you because that diagonal thing is the thing that screws us up, right? It's like,
More
well,
or
what
less,
if
yeah.
all we need to do is create that one little angle for the equal 4 sides. So if the
like
top
this?
right has it, kind of, yeah, but maybe instead of doing it from the outside, you could do it in, like, on the inside or
But
something.
But you have to use the whole plot. Yeah, I don't think you can have this stuff out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's why they mentioned that.
Post.
I've done it.
Smile.
It's 5 ropes.
Easy. What are you thinking?
Already had thoughts and they didn't work out.
Thoughts.
It really is the edge that's just fucking everything up. It's the diagonal, because the diagonal.
Whoa, Zach, careful of what you're making here.
What? I made a ninja star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, listen, I can't make a swastika in 5 ropes. You need, like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
So he says.
Challenge accepted. Alright, I'm gonna cut it like that. And then I'm gonna cut it like this.
Would you like a hint for one of the ropes?
What do you mean one of the rooms? Don't they have to be
Yeah.
identical?
No, I said one of the ropes.
ropes.
Oh, sure.
I'll give you that.
Fucking that? That's how we start this shit? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Those
So
are
they don't have to
identical.
be the same size.
Those are identical,
They
right?
just gotta.
Can you
yeah.
do it to the corner now, Zach?
Those
From the
those
middle
are
to the
identical.
corner?
Which corner? You mean like this?
Yeah, from like that corner. Does that work?
Those are not identical.
No, but it's kind of close.
You're on the right track.
I'm gonna cut it like this. That doesn't work. I'm going to cut it like this. That doesn't work.
That's not right.
That's not right. But we've only used 3 ropes, so this probably is gonna require
It
2
is
ropes to
5.
do. How about that? That makes a cool.
Tiny room.
That makes a cool. Those are called broom closets.
They just gotta be the same shape.
They gotta be the same shape.
No.
Because the diagonal fucks with this a lot, right? So it's like, can we produce the same diagonal shape? I mean, there's 2 diagonals right here, right? There's like a diagonal here and then a diagonal here. So can we take that and just fucking kill it, dude? Just like end everything. Just,
Destroy it all.
you know, just fucking
Ew,
obliterate
everything.
it, dude.
My brain. My brain.
His brain.
My brain. No. No.
Can you fuckers just be happy with 2 rooms? Right.
They're very nice rooms.
They're
For
nice.
sure.
They have a unique shape. You can put a door right here so you can easily access both of them. You know what? Fuck you. I'm making this my next Minecraft house.
To prove that it's fine and livable.
How about that?
No.
Why can't you just be satisfied like this, Grant? Why are you
Me.
keeping us here?
It's Grant's fault. Genuinely.
It is, honestly.
I agree.
There.
No.
But I almost can. Look.
Wow, we're getting dangerously
Grant,
close.
will you fuck off with your love of swastikas?
Love, excuse
Your
you.
absolute adoration for swastikas.
No, do not put this on me.
What do you mean?
Would you
It's
like?
lore now.
It's not. Would you
It's
like the
lore
forces?
now.
If you cease this, I'll give you the answer.
Okay, please release me.
hold on. Let me draw it out. There you go.
What?
I'm indeed depressed.
They don't have to be the same size.
Oh, okay.
I
Fucking.
mean,
That's bullshit.
yeah.
Identically shaped rooms.
Yeah.
God damn it. Is that even how that, that is how that works. They're mathematically equivalent. God damn it.
Gotcha.
How about this?
It was actually 2 broom closets.
Zach, I think Layton is winning. Zach, I think he's beating us.
Oh, how wonderful. Such a wonderful. Oh, wait, you know what? I think it was actually this voice.
Yeah, that
Hello.
that octave higher.
Hello. How wonderful. That's a wonderful home you've designed for us, Fluke. I'm so happy right now. Now give me a kiss.
Stop making that kissy face at me.
Oh, Fluke. There's that shyness again. Every time you get embarrassed like that, I just melt. She just.
Oh my god. Oh. I can't wait to do so much more of this voice. Hello, Snow. Take me out.
Hello.
Take me out.
Take me
Oh,
away.
it's one of my favorite like music. Yay, we're back to this.
Take me away. The secret place.
Those are in a scare.
Make him stop me.
No, you can't make me.
You've got to jump also, Zach.
What?
In your
What the fuck does a jump do?
Hop.
I don't understand.
Oh, skip and a jump.
Hop, skip, and bump. Clear.
What?
Huh? Who said that?
Huh?
Who said that?
What?
Was that you?
No. I'm starting to
you?
hear Dot. No. Leave.
Dot.
Hey. Listen.
Oh God.
Oh, you should, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. I'm gonna jump over this bag. What does that do? Am I gonna land on the rocks?
Well, I believe so. Nice.
That worked spectacularly, it did. Oh, you know what? I have an idea.
Doo-doo.
Good work.
Nice.
You did it. Lovely. All right. Damn, dude. I don't fucking know.
Damn, dude.
Shit's fucking ridiculous.
It sucks, man.
Extra, this shit sucks.
Would you like to know which
No!
direction you're supposed to start in? No!
You're always fucking cheating all the fucking time.
Gladly.
Why? Is it like it's almost like you like this game or something?
Almost.
What kind of a dumb, stupid idiot likes a video game?
Who likes video games, honest?
I certainly don't.
Alright,
They
hands
fucking
up.
suck.
Alright,
Look at
guys.
that! Fuck you and your hints. I did it. What the fuck is that button? Oh,
Watch
no!
this, though, Zach. The immediate. Oh no! You're still gonna die! Oh wait, no, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
I'm a genius.
It's really good.
What did I say literally milliseconds before that? Something like, oh, I'm a genius.
Genius, or I don't need your fucking whatever.
I don't need your fucking hints. I'm fine. How do these bridges? How do these bridges work? Do they collapse after one? That's a what? They're just normal? Okay.
They're just bridges.
They're just bridges. Can I play something on the bridges? I cannot. Okay, I understand. I understand. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna go this way, and then I'm gonna jump over the water, and then I'm gonna go down. What are these?
Find out.
Sure, let's go.
We got plenty more cars.
I have so many toy cars. Oh!
Oh.
That's okay. Okay.
Ain't that a wrench in the plans?
Well, shit.
It's something.
I mean, I can do this and then up. Ooh, that's not gonna work. The space is too tight. Because if I go all the way down, I can go this way, right? Then I can go up. Wait, this doesn't solve anything. I've done nothing. Nothing has changed.
He's fucked it up.
You fucked it up. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You know what? What if we started this way instead? Right? We go that way.
I'm still doing this voice.
It's fun to do. It's a fun voice, yeah.
A fun voice.
Yeah, it's fun. Alright, so I'm gonna do that. And then a little bit of this. Oh, wait, never mind. That'll just kill me. I'm stupid.
Rest in peace.
It's just fucking stupid. Just like this game! You heard me. I've never enjoyed a Layton game. It's true.
God.
It's true. The truth comes out.
No.
That doesn't
It can't be.
This doesn't work. Fuck, dude. Like shit. For real.
We can come back to it.
Huh?
We can come back to it.
I'm obviously gonna do this.
Right now.
Why not?
Because you're stuck.
You're stuck. I'm not
Yeah.
stuck. You're stuck.
Oh, stuck.
I'm the
No,
video
that was-
game. I'm the video game boy.
The video game
I'm
one.
the video game boy.
I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who tells you to shut up.
Video game.
What if I did something like this? And then I went down. Like that. You see?
Down.
You see?
You go down.
went
enough.
down.
Then I went down. Fuck, dude. This is only like the third puzzle.
Yeah.
God, and Kevin wanted to make one of these?
Did he?
Kinda. That's what that was what his original idea for Project Cerberus was, remember?
Oh, right, the tile base. Yeah, he did.
Alright, what if you jumped over that tree? And then what if you jumped again?
What if you... Alright.
Oh shit, I gotta stretch.
We...
Hey Grant, do you want to take a peep at Twitch chat real quick and tell me how many Oba tokens that stream channel points reward cost?
357.
357?
Yeah.
Where am I looking?
You just did a stretch.
I wanted Grant to notice that it's 357.
Oh, you motherfucker.
You knew it.
You motherfucker.
I couldn't think of 8 channel points rewards though. Is the problem. I could only think of like 6. Dude, how are you supposed to fucking do this? This game is impossible, dude.
This game's improbable, dude.
This game's impossible, dude. So if we go that
Game's
way,
not real, dude.
if we go that way, and then we go down, we need to hit both buttons in order to make the bridges close again. But what if we didn't need to make the bridges close again? Right?
What if?
What if somehow that was the last thing we did? That's an interesting thought. I got nothing. Because you can go tick tick boom. I got two lefts left over, which is peculiar because I don't think I need that many lefts unless I'm like super wrong. If you had bet me $100 where this song came from, I would have said something like Deadly Premonition.
Nope. It's your pal Layton.
It's your pal Layton. It's your pal Layton. Hey Grant, give me some help.
You want to you start by going north. Okay, the first I'll give you oh, this is gonna be minuscule. This is gonna be so small. I can't wait to see this.
Oh my god, it's so tiny.
There
What
you
the
go.
fuck?
There you go, Seth. He gave you all the answers you needed.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't get it, but that's interesting. So it's like if we go this way, it takes us across the bridge. We can then go up. It hits a button once. We go right and then jump. No, that can't be right because then how the hell do we... Oh, you go down and then up because they disappear after you run over them once. Then we go back up. It hits that button. We go this way. We jump. We go down. Oh, actually, what if we just jumped again?
Dun, dun, dun.
So much jumping.
Can you do that? Did you just jump directly onto the objective? No! Oh, wait, never mind. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't-
Yay.
Wait, so could I have done that quicker?
Yeah.
Wow, so there's well, I mean, I guess I literally just wasted my own time, but that's interesting. I like those. I liked assembling the camera more, but I like those. Those are fun. We got a picture book.
Luckily,
Oh yeah, we haven't gotten
also
any.
so
We haven't
many
gotten anything else,
points.
right? Sorry.
Hold on.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Uh-huh.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute her.
Hold on.
You posting something?
No, not
She
here.
must be, or else she's about to get fucking booted from stream forever.
Forever. Oh my
Forever.
God. Forever.
Forever and ever. Oh, it's an Northern Lion. Hydrate. Yes, ma'am.
Drink, Zach.
I will do it.
Drink.
Fucking. You do have an enormous amount of points. Maybe I should have put a limit, I think, on how often you can redeem that, or else I might die of water poisoning.
Get his ass.
I have like 79k, 0.3k. I've got like way too many.
What
Holy
isn't there
shit.
one for like? Yeah, the retell a story is now it is now 35,700. But you must hydrate. I did hydrate. I took a sippy. Also, you have to fucking sit up straight. I don't want to do this shit. God damn it.
This is
Oh
really
my
funny.
god, wait, give me
This
a
is
second.
great.
I gotta sorry, I know, Grant, I know, I'm sorry, I know that we're sacrificing your playthrough here for a second, but I gotta get on my thing. I'm gonna add a channel points reward real quick. I think I need to, yeah, it needs to be a new custom reward. Can I just pick like a default one? I can, okay.
79k. That's what I have. 35,000. Oh my god.
I just said that!
35.
I didn't actually realize it until I looked at it.
Okay.
Dude, still, I don't know if still
I
you have enough
I
though,
have created
man.
a new. I have created a new Twitch channel.
Calm down.
Hey, you look like you could use a drink. Fuck, dude, come on.
Zip.
If you keep making me hydrate like this, I'm gonna have to straight up go downstairs and
Go
get
to
more
the
water.
bathroom.
Grant, read Dupree's line quickly.
Okay.
How have you two been? Word is there was a shootout at the Gilded 7 casino.
What made it to the papers? That made it to the papers already?
Seems some cuckoos went in there and tried to run off with the day's profits.
Oh, so it's fucking 1984.
When the casino security staff caught them red-handed, the place turned into the Wild West.
What? But that's not how it happened at all.
Well now, don't shoot the messenger.
What
I'm
did you
just
say?
telling you what
Pulls out the
papers-
gun.
No! Just telling you what the paper says.
The paper's wrong.
It can't beat rock. That makes no sense.
Oh yeah? How do you know you're not the one who's wrong?
Paper print lie. Paper print lies?
Lies.
That doesn't
Why
seem
would
right.
the paper print lies?
No, that's wrong. I'm sorry, this game is a sham because of this one misspelling.
What do you
True, we
mean?
should end the playthrough. I hate to say it,
Oh, no.
but I think the family controls the media here. The papers print what they're told to. What a despicable thing.
I think I figured my mic doesn't catch when I go really high pitched. I may have to fix it later. Look, there's the restaurant.
Is this the place you had in mind, Big Luke?
Yes, this is the one. Let's head in.
No. I'm gonna talk to this guy and get shot. Fucking, oh, I forgot it was me.
You look terrible. What's wrong?
What a fucking thing to say, dude. Fucking asshole. Oh, hey, kid. Yeah, I'm kind of a mess right now. Bostro came by and really stuck it to me. Ugh.
Really stuck it in me.
Awful.
Really stuck it in me over and over again.
Oh, yikes. No.
Yeah, you're telling me. He kept carrying on about some brat who got into the casino. That brat wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
Me? No way. I wouldn't dream of going to an awful place like that.
Oh, good. I was afraid I was gonna have to, no.
No,
I was afraid I was gonna have to teach you something, for doing something so knuckleheaded. Because I'm really in no shape for any teaching right now. I guess I just don't get Bostro. He flies off the handle for no fucking reason at all. What a dick.
Aye, Captain.
Luke, do you see that man in black over there? Does he seem familiar to you?
Yes, he appears to be doing some sort of minstrel show. That's a
What?
blackface joke.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's the one who brought us that letter from you.
Oh, hey!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Shipley.
Who was
I think
this?
it
Was this me?
Adrian. I think it was Adrian, but
It might have been Adrian. Do you want me? I'll just do. Oh, maybe actually Saba should do an evil voice since she's the only person not here.
This is. I
Evil
need to
Saba.
be evil?
You gotta
Evil
do
Saba.
your
Not at
deepest,
all.
graveliest evil voice.
Never. I would just say I just got here a moment ago myself.
Yes!
Nice.
You kind of just
Perfect.
sound like a professor, but I'll take it.
Shipley could be Professor Shipley.
Professor Shipley.
No.
I study
met before.
I study nautical history.
No. I don't think you've ever had a proper introduction. This is my good friend Shipley. Shipley has played a vital role in the effort to bring you and little Luke to our time.
I read that as virtual role, and I was like, yeah, it's a video game.
Video game? How do you know?
Pleased to meet you, Shipley.
Why, Professor, I'm sorry I had to be so brief with you when we last met. Luke here told me I shouldn't share any details.
You're doing the canonical Scrivener voice.
Am I?
It's good. It's good. I like it.
Oh, I didn't say the line.
Oh, sorry. I just kind of assumed that you did. Don't give it another thought. Luke needed to don't give it another thought. Luke needed to test us before sharing the details of his plan.
Shipley, did you manage some reconnaissance work in Chinatown as I asked?
I did indeed, Luke. That filthy scumbag Layton.
That piece of shit.
That absolute
Apologies,
fucking
Professor.
dickhead.
That would be the evil Layton I'm referring to.
The professor is apprised of the situation. Do continue.
Right. You know the towering pagoda located in Chinatown.
Is it literally just the same, like, ridiculously tall buildings, but it's Chinese themed instead?
Oh.
Oh my god,
Apparently,
Grant,
evil
a
Layton
space
is holding
elevator
the
that looks
scientist
like a
captive
pagoda?
What?
A space elevator that looks like a pagoda?
My god.
Sick.
Scientist
Shit.
captive there.
It seems he has them working on something day and night.
So, the scientists are in the tower itself. This is going to make things very difficult.
If you had a scientist who could perfect, like, you already had time travel technology, but you could only pull things from the future, right? Like, you couldn't travel there yourself. You could only pull things from the future. But you had access to the scientist who, like, could perfect that technology. Couldn't you, in theory, just, like, every time your scientist got tired, like your version of them got tired and wanted to go to bed, you would just pull the next scientist from like 8 to 10 hours in the future and just pull them back. And so like every 8 to 10 hours, you're just adding an additional scientist to the project. Or actually, I guess it would be the same scientist because you're pulling them from the future.
Well rested. But well rested.
But well rested, exactly. So it's essentially like they're working nonstop.
It's perfect.
I also heard another peculiar rumor while I was about town.
Where's all these R's
Switched.
coming from?
I don't know.
Yes.
Leave it alone. Word has it that the Prime Minister who disappeared 10 years ago is being held up there too.
What?
I read that as Big Hawks.
Big Hawks.
Big Hawks. Bill Hawks. Oh my god. Fucking the guy from... Oh my god, it's the guy from Up.
No!
He went missing the day of the accident. The fuck?
He's been missing for
Accident?
10 years. Accident.
He rusted to death.
He's been missing for 10 years. Do you suppose evil Layton might have adopted the Prime Minister in addition to all those scientists?
Did you see that post, Grant? That was really funny, where it was someone was trying to write in a foreign language for like their story that they were writing, but they didn't know the language, and so they were like, I could just say that it's rust colored, because they knew the word for, they knew like the colloquialism for rust color, but they're like, what's the traditional Spanish, like, you know, European Spanish for rust, for something that's rust colored? Because the colloquialism was oxia or something like that, or oxilla. And so he like looks it up, and like an hour later he nails it all the way down. It was oxilla.
Oxilla?
It was literally just they added an extra li in there, or sorry, auxilia, and it was just like, that's awesome. Feel free to take it away, Grant. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I read this.
Okay. We won't know until we check the facts ourselves. Big Luke, you seem apprehensive at the mention of the Towering Pagoda. What is this place?
The Towering Pagoda is the family's stronghold, and it sits by a sea of warehouses in Chinatown. To complicate matters, the whole of Chinatown is controlled almost exclusively by the family. That means even getting within walking distance won't be easy.
I wonder if they originally wanted to call it Little Italy, but then they were like, wait a minute, we don't have like a really cool tower that we can put there. Let's make it Chinatown instead.
Does it upset you that Little Italy isn't called Littly?
Now it does. Fucking goddamn it! I lived next to a Little Italy for a while and never thought about that.
Rest in peace.
Be that as it may, we need to head to the source of this madness if we are to uncover the truth. Can you guide us safely to the tower?
Infiltrating a place like that is going to take a bit of preparation. Why don't I split off for a bit and see if I can secure a safe route to the tower for us? Go on and set out for Chinatown without me. Shipley, can tell you how to get that far.
That was
all right?
a weird sentence. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well.
Good. Now I need to get moving. Be careful out there.
No.
Okay.
Wow, he just took off in a hurry.
Belle!
I said it, but apparently I was muted. Thank you.
You were muted.
I was.
I'm muted.
Muted over here.
I'm muted over here. Shipley, we need to get to Chinatown. What's the best way there?
See, I'd say your best bet is to head back north to Flatstone Street. As you make your way toward the casino, there's a small set of stairs that go off to the right. Did you see them before?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I do recall passing by an area that fits that description.
Good. Head up those stairs and follow the narrow path at the top until you hit the riverbank. From there, just follow the path you're on and it'll take you straight into Chinatown. You're not coming with us, Shipley?
Fuck you people. No.
I wish I could, but I'm going to stay here and wait for word from your older self.
Very well. Thank you for your assistance, Shipley. Come, Luke. We mustn't dilly-dally here.
Take care of yourself out there. If you run into any trouble, you can always find me here.
Trouble?
Trouble.
Do you have a puzzle for me? No. Damn.
No puzzle. We must go to Chinatown.
There was a hint coin in there. Back to Flatstone Street. All right.
No. Flatstone Street. No.
What did he say?
North. There's an arrow on the top screen.
Right.
What?
She's a fucking ghost.
Oh fuck, dude.
Again. Is he thinking about changing his hat?
What's this now?
What? No!
She gave him the hat.
She gave him the hat!
A hat?
Look at it, pristine in all its glory.
Professor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a fully fledged member of the academic community now. So you've got to look
Oh, come on! Wait, never mind. We did. Wait, no, never mind. We did see his hair in the last game. It's fine.
We saw the back of his head.
No, we saw the top of his head.
A true
The
gentleman?
back.
We saw the top of his head.
No, leave it on. It suits you. It really does.
It's the exact same shape as
So
your
now you're
head.
taking it off.
Now we just need to complete the rest of your
I didn't
outfit.
realize how late it was. I have to go to
The
the
rest of the
lab.
drip.
We're running a very important experiment today.
Oh, she was a scientist, you
Let's continue
say.
the
Let's be
celebration
honest,
over
he's
dinner
doing
tonight.
this to save her.
and
It has to
promise
be.
me you'll wear the hat. It's
What,
not
the evil
usual
Layton?
style, but keep an open
Yeah,
mind.
he's doing this so he
After
can go
all,
back in time,
isn't
and
that
then
what
there
a
was probably an
gentleman
accident
does?
with her, and he wants to save her by going back.
But there has to be a twist, right?
Sure, but you know, the motivation could be that.
The
This is
motivation makes
blocking.
sense, but there has to be some sort of twist here. Like, also that map of the world had
That
no
was super
that
cute.
map of the world had no Australia.
The good ending.
What the fuck is with you in like declaring war on entire countries? First it was France, now Australia apparently.
What do you mean? France has
'Cause of-
never ended.
Yeah, France is still on the table, and Australia because of the colonization. America because of the same reason. I declare war on the world,
And the French just because they're French.
and the French just because they're French, and the colonization, but mostly the French.
But Grant, literally everything was colonization in that context.
And they're French.
The only thing that wasn't
And the French.
the only thing that
Yeah.
wasn't colonization is like the birth of mankind.
Listen,
What?
I declare war on everyone.
Fucking what about when Rome invaded the Gauls? Does that count? Is that colonization?
What about when Rome invaded these balls, dude? Anyways,
All right. Anyway,
Did you see that, Professor? Wasn't that the same woman we saw earlier?
I suppose it was.
You seem distracted, Professor. Are you all right?
What was that? Oh right. I'm fine.
If you say so. Oh, look at that. I bet these are the stairs Shipley mentioned.
I could have sworn that was Claire, but it couldn't be. It's clearly her daughter.
Is it that the Prime Minister who
This is a
disappeared 10 years
flashback.
ago is in that tower? That's what I said.
Perhaps the Prime Minister wasn't abducted 10 years ago. Wait, did they think he was abducted?
well, yeah, because he disappeared, and so did Dr. Stongon.
Right, it was just my assumption that they were vaporized by the explosion.
They did
think it was
initially, and then
most
they were like,
people's
"Well,
assumptions,
what
yeah.
if?" And so they're like, "Well,
What if?
could have."
But he
brought to
could
the
have done this instead. Could he have been brought through to the future like Luke and me? What if all this talk of time travel is real? I wonder if Claire was a scientist
What if it's
working.
real?
I wonder if Claire was a scientist working on the time machine and she was like Stun Gun's partner.
No.
If so, then maybe that was Claire. No, it defies all logic. Claire can't be here after that awful day. There's no way. The day that she married that awful Stun Gun.
Yikes.
Mystery woman. Wow, we're making progress, I think?
We got a lot of mysteries.
Ah, it's the staircase. Oh my god, look at that hideous thing.
That's Luke.
Oh.
Oh, do you suppose that bronze statue depicts some sort of local hero? I'm going to have a quick look.
What the fuck?
It's not Professor Layton and
It's
not Luke.
kinda like him, but
They took some creative
Say, Professor,
liberties.
the man in the statue has the same hat as yours.
fucking the Luke of the statue doesn't even have a neck.
Creative liberties.
Neither of them have a neck. Haha, so he does. If I'm the man in the statue, does that mean you're the boy right there?
Haha, he doesn't look a thing like me. For one thing, he doesn't have a neck. That's it. That's all you're getting. Seems our friend here was some sort of famous author.
An author, you say? Not a professor.
Can you imagine if he was? Now that would be quite a coincidence. Let's see what else it says. The fellow used to write big, complicated books, but that's all changed because of the boy here.
The boy was too stupid to understand, so he wrote children's novels and ruined his career.
Rest in peace.
Sick, and to cheer him up, the man wrote an adventure novel for people of all ages.
The boy was sick, so he wrote his biggest, heaviest novel yet and bashed him in the head.
Oh my god, Zach.
Oh, that's so good.
I guess the book was so successful that he went on to write more of them.
What a heartwarming story.
Oh, but that's not all, Professor. Here, I'll read it. I'll read you the rest. In the end, the little boy was taken by his illness. However, the extraordinary friendship between the author and the boy would remain forever. I can't believe how sad that ending is.
There. It's not all bad, my boy. It sounds like the two found true friendship in each other. Some people go through their whole lives without experiencing that.
I suppose so. It's still sad, though.
Look here. It says, in memory of an extraordinary and everlasting friendship. Wouldn't it be wonderful if our friendship grew to those heights?
What do you mean, if? Our friendship is already extraordinary and everlasting.
Now, Luke. I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers. You're right. We're very good friends. You're just not my apprentice.
Oh, why would I ever be upset anyway? We better get going.
Oh dear. Yes, give me the puzzles. Okay, stop talking, give me the puzzles.
Shut up and give me the puzzle.
There are 4 knights with lances in the photo. One of the lances was broken and then repaired with string right before the picture was taken. Which lance is it? Of course, all the lances were originally straight. Where was it broken?
Oh, it would be slightly off center.
Like
Because
D?
it
I don't
might
know.
be D.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, so see, this is them depicting how it was repaired. So one of the bars
Oh.
would be slightly different from the other. So like this one seems fine.
I think C.
It might
think
be
C.
C, but D, you said D first.
Well, no, I didn't know what I was looking for, so I think it's C.
It might be, yeah, C seems to make sense. I mean, it's not exactly difficult to like try again. Yep, there you go.
Yay.
Great, excellent. I originally thought it was going to be something where it's like, oh, it's the one that's not holding the lance, but no. Yes. Give me your fucking hint coins, bitch. I know you have them. Give me your hint coins. There was 1 hint coin in this area. I don't believe you.
You're lying to me, game.
I know you're lying. It's easy to tell when you're lying. You avert your eyes like some child.
You look to the right.
You tug at your ear. Oh my god, look at the fucking jaw on this thing. Oh, his name's
Facial.
Riley.
Facial, I'm a genius. Just listen to this puzzle I thought up. It's a real gem.
I'm going to steal the teeth out of your skull.
But I need them.
But I need them.
Below are 3 siblings A, B, C. A. I have 1 older brother and 3 younger sisters. B. I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. C. I have 3 older brothers and 1 younger sister. For all of their statements to be true, what's the smallest possible number of siblings there can be in the family?
They're not each other's sister, right?
No, below are 3 siblings, so they're sisters.
So they are siblings.
Yes, that's what the term sibling means.
2 younger sisters. So Sister C is the youngest, whereas Sister A is the oldest.
No, Sister C is one. She's like one before the youngest.
Well, the youngest of these three, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 4 sisters and at least 3 brothers. Right? This is an enormous family.
I think there's 3 brothers.
I think it's 3 brothers and 4 sisters, so 7, 8, 9, I guess, because you have to include the parents.
No. Don't include the parents. What's
Don't
the smallest
include the
possible
parents,
number of
just the siblings?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's asking.
Oh, possible siblings that... sorry, I thought it was the smallest number of people in the family.
Yeah.
All right. I guess 7, but this feels a little too straightforward.
I don't know. You have to do some mental math there, I guess. Save.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
No, it's wrong.
No.
Saba was wrong! No.
6, 4. I have 1 older brother and 3 younger sisters, so she's 3, 4. 2 older brothers, younger sisters. In the middle, that's still 4. I have 3 older brothers and 1 younger sister. The third of the 4. That makes sense, though. 3 and 4.
Because there's no reason to believe that there would be a 4th younger brother, right?
Yeah.
Or, sorry, a 4th older brother? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's at least number of.
It seems to be a pattern going back and forth, right? Because it's like, it's the eldest brother, then Sister A, then the second eldest brother, then Sister B, then the third eldest brother, then Sister C, and then just a younger sister. Again. So like the two most recent siblings are both girls, I guess. What are we not?
I don't know
what are we
did
not
wrong.
getting here?
I kind of feel like I want a hint.
A hint.
Sure, why not?
Let's see. The first hint that's given says, think about A, B, and C. Who's the oldest? Who's the youngest?
We've already figured that out.
Yeah, second hint says, you know that A is the oldest, followed by B, and then C. A also has an older brother. C also has a younger sister. That's not a hint.
We've already established this. Yes, thank you.
Try making a chart.
Try making a chart.
A is a male, B is a female. And then the last
Oh yeah, A. Remember,
5.
this is. I guess because if A is a male,
there's more
then-
than 5, is what it says.
3 younger sisters.
So 7. Fucking...
No, maybe there's only 3 sisters.
But how can
And 4.
C have a
This is
younger
still
sister?
7. No, if A is, as you said, A is male.
That would still be 3 sisters.
Can we try 6?
A might, well, maybe. Okay. Because it says 3. Because it says 3 siblings, A, B, and C. Not that. Okay.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
There we go. We just added. Since that was a brother, there was technically only 3 brothers and 3 sisters.
Right.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we thought that A was a female.
Well, I
so
thought
we
they were
like,
all
oh.
3 sisters. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's fine. It was a little tricky because they specifically put the art there to make you be like, oh, that could be anything. That's fine, though. We did it.
Oh, you solved it. You must have cheated or something. Later, cheater pants.
Your arms are sickly.
Yeah, well, your face is gonna be sickly in a minute when I rip out my teeth and jab you in the neck with it.
Grant, do you need a tissue?
No.
Oh!
Who could it be?
It's Layton!
It's Layman.
Well, someone else has to do this because I'm doing Layton.
Would you like to be Layman, Saba?
Okay, give me a second.
A real man backs down from no
He
puzzle.
has a really great voice.
In fact, nothing delights him more than pursuing a solution. You there! You're a man, are you not? Well then, don't just stand there, solve this puzzle!
I like his pointing finger.
A mysterious memo.
When you returned to your apartment, you discovered a strange piece of paper next to your calculator. Your roommate must have been trying to tell you something before he left. The note says 101x5 dot in quotes. What could this mysterious memo mean?
Where's the... What the fuck? Where's the dot?
Well, I think it was just ending.
Oh, it's the end of the sentence. Understood.
Yeah, but it should have been on the other side.
Do you guys remember, what does it mean? Is it called the absolute value when like a number is surrounded by straight lines?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolute
but then
value.
why would it have
I'm
serifs
glad
on
I
it?
remembered. I'm just impressed that I remembered math.
Math.
Yeah.
Math.
Is there an absolute value of 0? I don't even remember what absolute
The
value
absolute value
is.
is
to be
0 is
honest.
0.
0.
It literally all you do for absolute value is that if it's a negative, you just ignore the negative. That's all.
It refers to the
Thank you for
distance between the
reminding
number
me.
and 0.
The distance from 0.
Oh.
So do you think that because it's the way that they wrote the note? Because they transcribed the note up there, but I feel like they're purposely misleading us. Because why did they write 101 like that?
And are we sure that's a O or a 0 or an O?
It might be a really shitty way of representing like multiply. So like 1 times 1 times 5. But also, why is the 5
And why
written?
is that 5?
Yeah, why
I
is
was
the
just
5 written
why
like
is the
that?
5 weird?
I don't fucking know. This could mean anything.
But your was it your roommate? Your roommate Zach, I left it for you.
You're not
This
my
is 2
roommate
years ago.
anymore. My
I know, this
roommate
is
is
2 years
intrusive
ago.
thoughts now
They live rent free.
in my head at all times.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like the first thing it makes you want to think of is 505. I live for you guys overthinking these. I don't believe you. I don't believe that it's 505. If I do input answer and it's fucking 3 things and it's 505.
Someone help him! Help Zach! He needs help!
Yes!
No! Yes!
Yes!
Satisfy like a puzzle solved.
He figured it out.
It fucking translated the number into a letter. Fuck you. This is stupid. God damn it. Fuck everything. This game sucks.
Love this game.
This game sucks and is bad.
This game's sick.
What the fuck? That
just
doesn't make
just
any
answer.
sense.
Your
You can
roommate was
interpret
asking for help.
505 as SOS.
That's stupid. That's stupid horse shit. Bullshit. Fuck you. Oh, they did say like you were looking at your calculator. So they're why the hell? They didn't give you a calculator. You had to have your own real world calculator.
You're supposed to figure it out.
Fuck you. No.
Oh, no. He doesn't get to talk.
No. That's one of the most infuriating answers we've received so
I
far
love this shit. Oh,
in this ding dang goddamn game.
I'd be loving this shit right here.
Is this really the way to Chinatown? It's awfully dirty and dark.
Why the sudden apprehension? Does this place frighten you, my boy?
away. I just want to get out of here.
Now, Luke, don't just run off. Be careful, you could slip.
Whoa! Ow! Sound like a dog.
Once again, all of Saba's audio is getting like,
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
We got the first ow.
Ow! Oh dear, what did I just tell you?
What did I just fucking tell you?
So, are you smiling right now?
Smiling? Me? Certainly not. Are you quite alright?
I just broke my foot a little. Oh my god.
Well, you should walk it off, exactly. Oh, good. I was worried for a moment. Let's go. What the fuck? This guy's a bald chinian.
I'm sorry, that looked like a fish person, like, to me for a sec, okay?
Speaking of fish, there you go. Here we go. How do you do Peter Griffin's voice? It's like, hey Peter. No, that's his.
Hey,
that's
Lois.
His, hey Lois. Hey little man. You ever been so bored you just keel over? Me too. That's why I often do flashbacks like this.
Remember that time I gave you a puzzle?
You remember that time I gave you a puzzle?
Holy crap, Lois.
Holy crap.
Why are you so bored?
Well, my show hasn't been very good for a long time, but they keep me going.
Decade.
How does one lose one's life?
That's a heavy
That makes
question,
no
Luke.
sense for what I just said, but I'll roll with it. No. Anyway, a while back, this guy tells me I can make money hand
You're
over...
doing the flashback.
Well,
Remember that time?
Hand over fist. I was out of a job at the time, so I figured why not, right?
Makes sense.
I am as tall as like an 11-year-old. I'm looking at, actually, I'm shorter than an 11-year-old.
Do you know how Saba feels now?
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Why are you bullying Saba? She just
Because
keeps,
she gaslights me.
she just keeps telling you that the sun is orange.
Fuck you.
It's only one thing that's.
I genuinely think that there's only three colors that exist: orange, purple, and green. Every color just exists on a spectrum of one of those three colors.
I'm being gaslit. Once again.
Yeah, I think so too. Until I realized my sweetheart gig isn't so sweet, you know? Guy throws me in a dark hole and has me digging all day and night. I bust my hump 24/7.
Sounds like whatever he was paying you, it wasn't worth it.
I have literally no idea how that feels. Haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. When I finally finish the job, I head home, right? Everything gets all switched around while I'm in the hole, and I can't find my family or house. Oh, I thought it was horse.
Or his horse.
Oh my gosh! Maybe you traveled through time like we did.
Who, what, where, what now? I don't really follow you, but I know I've been out here on my own for a while. Only thing I got to pass the time are these puzzles I do, yeah? Yeah, try one. It's a puzzle. Oh, fucking, it's, god damn it.
Multiple choice.
Alright.
It's
Saba's
just
not
whatever
reading
goes to
it.
above ground. I was just seeing
Saba's
if we
not
already did
reading
this
it.
or not. Turned out Ant Farm, you have to connect A to A, B to B, and C to C, and you can't use the same path twice. However, the only way to do this is to make one connection go above the ground. Is this connection A, B, or C? So whatever...
What a weird puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
But any one of the three could go above ground. So like, let's assume that it was B, right? So we do that. So it's like, okay, that's the only one. I don't know how this fucker gets all the way over to B, but like that's that, right? So like, can you solve C? Yes, you can solve C. Go around, you go down, you go up, and you go around, right? Now let's do A. A is immediately fucked. It does not. You know what? I'm gonna say it's C. I have a 1/3 shot of getting this right. Hell yeah. Who's the guy? It's the me, Zachary. I get no positive affirmation for my good joke, but thank you.
No, I was just reading that Silverwood wants to make a cursed image, and I'm concerned.
Saba's mean to me.
True. But I only bully the people who bully me back.
I don't bully anybody. Good job there, little man. I can tell you're a thinker. You remind me of my son. He thinks he knows everything, but he's a good boy. He used to love it when I gave him a puzzle to work on. Sure wish I could see the scamp. But I work all day and night, and it makes me want to die. Oh, secret puzzle.
Secret puzzle.
A secret puzzle.
Luke, what are you tapping the filtration system? Oh, what? It's a fucking... I thought it was a secret puzzle. I didn't realize it was a secret entrance.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, is this the closet to the casino? Ah, so this is where this leads.
Now, Professor, the casino staff will not be happy about this if they find out.
You're such a worrywart, Luke. Professor, they shot literally over 100 rounds at us earlier today.
Exactly. Exactly. I think we should leave right away.
What a little pussy.
You're the one who said it.
Oh! A hidden puzzle. 149!
Secret.
Below are three strange symbols, A, B, and C. If A is 63 and B is 89, what number is C? It is a 2-digit number.
What was the first one? A is 63?
63.
Well, I don't quite get that. Because I think it's 6 and then 3, right? And then 8.
Is it?
Yeah, and then 8 and then 9. So this one could be 52? How do you feel about that?
22, 52, 55.
I think it's 52. Oh, sorry, S something.
It's great.
That should do the trick.
SZ. There you go, it's 52. I'm a fucking genius, dude.
As I suspect.
All right?
Puzzle man.
They call me the puzzle man. Mostly because my name has 2 Z's in it. Oh, shit. They were all sideways. Hey, at least I still found it.
Yeah.
You did.
That was cool. I would hang that up in my house. Yeah, I think I talked about this with my coworker during some downtime earlier, but when I eventually turn 86 years old and get my own house, I'm gonna fill it with just so much just like clutter. You know, like I'm just gonna like I'm gonna go to like the not farmers market. What's it called when it's just a bunch of people with like their knickknack shit selling it? Flea market. I'm just gonna go to like every flea market I can find and be like, hey, what's that? Does it have like bugs in it? No? I'll buy it. And I'm just gonna hang it up in my house.
Sure.
Like someone's gonna be like, hey, do you want my artwork that's just like a drum but like with paintings all over? Like, Grant, did you see the post that I sent you that was the guy who painted the grandfather clock?
Yes, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it looked amazing, and it's like, I'll buy that. Put that in my house. Not only put that in my house, stack a second one on top of it.
Looks like we're on the right track. Here's the River Thames.
Thames.
Why is Thames such a weird...
It's Thames. It's
Thames.
Thames. Yep.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew I hated the thing.
It's Thames. It's not Fems, it's Thames, which is bullshit, but yeah, it's River Thames.
Okay, I'm
British
glad at least you said
people.
it.
People, if you can call them that.
Yeah, barely.
Someone get Mikey over here. No. Anyway.
Oh god.
Indeed. And it looks as majestic as ever.
I suppose some parts of London never change, even after 10 whole... Hey, that wasn't there before.
I see you noticed it too, Luke. A lighthouse.
The biggest lighthouse I've ever seen, and it sure wasn't there before.
You see the nuclear power in the background? Man, could you imagine if the city of London allowed fucking nuclear power plants to be built within the municipal range?
I hope so.
I don't
Might
know,
make them
Grant. Like
normal.
I am full in for like I am like 100% full in for renewable energies, but let's keep the nuclear shit just far enough away that when it starts to melt down, people can get on boats and leave, you know? Like
No.
I don't know,
think
Grant. I feel like there's a lot of really good examples of nuclear reactors being in municipal zones, and everybody just has their skin fall off their skeleton.
Yeah, but that was different.
But this is now.
Yeah,
This is the
10
year
years in the
2020.
future.
Nothing bad happens in 2020.
Yeah, come on now.
It's in almost pristine condition. It must have been built fairly recently. Oh my god, look at that thing. I love him.
Look at that thing.
I love calling it a thing. It's great. Alright. Stop giving me singular fucking coins. I don't believe you. You're obviously lying. Alright, Grant, this is you.
Okay.
Good day to you. Isn't the view here positively gorgeous?
Yes, it's quite nice.
It's nothing short of breathtaking.
Why, do you suppose he could be part of the family?
Damn it, I wanted to do the thing.
No.
Now you listen here, boy. I'm standing right here. If you have something to say, say it to my face. What's more, I don't appreciate being associated with those drably dressed ruffians. Look at this suit, boy. Do you see my absolute drip? There's not a plumber alive who could stop this absolute cascade of drip. I am iced out.
Great. Now, Saba, I would like for you to just think introspectively for a moment and tell me that Grant isn't the best voice actor out of us.
Oh, that's very nice.
I need
He's
Saba
great,
to
yeah.
admit it.
I have no frame of like reference to know whether or not he's the best or not the best or whatever.
Objective
He's really good
quality.
Thank
Maybe.
you. That's
He's
very
good,
kind
yeah.
of you to say.
Like it has to be Grant, Saba just behind him, power gap, Adrian and I fucking brutally fighting to the death, and then Lawrence just refuses to participate.
That's funny.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank you.
It cuts to me and Adrian just with like stupid, silly voices being like, "Hello, I'm fucking fighting you now."
What's all this then?
hello, what's all this then? And then it cuts to Adrian, and he's going like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Von Karma.
Ever so sorry, sir. I meant no offense. It was foolish of me to think you were part of that bunch.
Well, as long as you acknowledge your mistake, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones this once. But just so there's no doubt as to my identity, allow me to introduce myself.
I'm
Before
Graham
you stand-
Cracker.
I'm Graham Cracker. You stand London's most distinguished, dashing, debonair gentleman. The name's Graham.
It definitely should say gentleman. I wonder if it used to say gentleman, and then they were like, "Oh fuck, we
don't
won't
have
fit.
room."
Yeah, it won't fit."
I would tell you to remember the name, but I know you'll never forget it.
Got it. Graham, London's most distinguished, dashing, and I forgot the last part. But I won't forget the name, I promise.
That guy's gonna come back.
It is also 6 o'clock.
Oh shit, dude. All right. When we come back tomorrow, we won't spend half an hour talking
sure
about
if you guys wanted to
Pokemon,
stop
and
or
we'll see this
continue,
guy.
But I will be leaving either way. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I desynced with my mutes back and forth. Anyway, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with not half an hour of Pokemon talk at the beginning. We'll just do Unwound Future, and we'll start talking with this sad sack. All right. Goodbye, Grant. See you tomorrow.
Hi, Grant.
Bye.
Okay. Hello, Saba. It's just us.
Hello.
I don't know exactly what to do. So I have some stuff that I wanted to run by you first before we did anything. So first off, I do have a plan for Sunday if you still want to do a Sunday stream.
Oh yeah, because Jesse's
At the convention. It'll be a one-off thing. It won't be a series. It'll be a one-off thing, and I can almost guarantee that you will enjoy it specifically.
I will enjoy it. Well, that seems like fun.
Yes. So I want to do that. I think that would be fun. I'll bring it up tomorrow to Grant just to be like, you know, if you want to be there on Sunday, we can keep it at the same time. But if Grant doesn't want to do it, would you prefer that we streamed at noon and ended at 4 as opposed to starting at 1:30 and ending at 5:30?
Repeat that one more time. I heard numbers and then I just died.
I'm gonna punch you in the skull.
I know.
Would you, if Grant doesn't want to be on stream on Sunday, would you
earlier? Yeah.
Would you prefer that we start at noon or 1:30?
We could start at noon.
Okay, so 3 p.m. my time on Sunday, assuming that Grant doesn't want to come. If he does want to come, we can talk about the time again tomorrow, which is fine. Okay, cool. We'll do that. That sounds great. Now, the other thing that I wanted to ask you, we're doing administrative stuff at the moment, and then we'll figure out what we're actually gonna do for the rest of stream. So Saba, you have been doing stuff with OBS and getting your streaming set up squared away. I
made a starting student screen with my thing. I can send it to you.
I'm very happy for you. I do have news-ish. It does appear for the moment that I will most likely have at max 2 weekends that I'm missing. However, I do not want to stymie your, because clearly you're interested in streaming. Like you've done a lot to like get yourself off the ground. So I don't want to stymie that. However, I'm not super keen on giving up the Friday Saturday slot. so we
I mean, to be honest, I was saying even if you were gonna come back, I could just like stream at the same time, not doing something separate. I would just stream the same thing.
Really? You're
Except
okay with
from,
that?
Like, my perspective, I don't mind. Yeah. The nice thing about like this, at least on my end, like if I were to stream whatever, like if I were to like switch and I would be working on some stuff separately, like I could still be part of like the conversation if the game isn't as important or stuff like that, you know?
So, okay. Well, never mind. This actually ended up being a much easier conversation than I initially anticipated. I assumed that you wouldn't want to share like do stream at the same time. So what I think we can do in that circumstance, because I know that you said that the type of content you wanted to do for streaming was different than what we normally do, a lot less like jokes and more just like discussions, like not banter, but like discussions proper.
That's only if I was with myself, because I'm like I just can't produce that like level of comedy if I was by myself. If other people, because I was like, if this was supposed to be the same thing as what this is in terms of like bantering, obviously the type of banter would be the same, right? But only if I was like, if I felt like streaming and I was like by myself and no one else was around, it would of course be different. Like it couldn't be the same.
Sure, I guess that makes sense. So I'm trying to think of this because you're being so gracious here that like suddenly the halfway point is way closer than I initially anticipated between these two situations. So now I'm trying to figure out exactly how to like get this to fit together, because you're saying you would be okay like just re-streaming the same thing that I'm doing, assuming that that's necessary, right? Like if it's something like Professor Layton where you have like voice acting rules, that would make sense.
Yeah,
but if we're doing something like Chrono Trigger where we're not going to be doing as heavy voice acting, like there might be a couple scenes here and there, but it's largely
like
going
Minish
to
Cap.
Minish Cap where it was mostly just
yeah.
like exploring a dungeon, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have tons of stuff that's like that, like Wario Land Shake It, right? Like Wario Land Shake It's going to have nothing in it, but yeah, so yeah, in circumstances like that, you could just be like, I might have to show you how to do this exactly, but you could just be like playing like Minecraft, Terraria, whatever, Stardew Valley, like whatever you're into, Slime Rancher. You could be doing like whatever you were doing, and then like in like a corner of your screen would be like what I'm streaming.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I was even thinking I really don't know how I would do that. It's like either that or I have something where I can quickly switch like the what's on screen to then like your thing, and I spend like a few minutes and then it fades in back out to what I'm doing. But you know, either suggestion is good.
Because the thing is that I'm thinking about it, and it's like, well, you can set it so that way two objects swap feeds. Remember I told you about like nesting scenes? You can set it so that way two like nested scenes swap what they're looking at. So the big one could swap between like you and then me and then you and then me. But now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, how exactly are you planning on restreaming the content? Because we are not partners, you and I do not have access to the restreaming function.
And I can just stream Discord.
It's gonna look like ass.
If it's small, would it matter?
It maybe, I don't know. Like it's gonna look not great is the thing. And I don't know, like that's obviously your prerogative, but like if you're doing something, like if you're doing a thing where you're taking the lead for like a stream, I would want to restream your stuff, right? Because I wouldn't not want to do that. But I'm just trying to think of a way that we can get this to work where it doesn't look like dog poo.
You know, we haven't tried it yet, so right, it's like I would say like let's try it and like see how that is.
It's not gonna look great. I know you're being like, let's at least try it to see, but like I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff at this point, and I can confirm to you it's not gonna look great. But you know, whatever. I don't know. Maybe your internet is fast enough, but then again, like my internet is literally connected through a power cable, so I don't know. Maybe my internet's not strong enough to do that. Because I'm trying to think. Because the thing is that Twitch does have a function where you can restream someone else's stream, and instead of it being, or like you can. Oh well, no,
I
that's
know
not really
there's
how
like
that
a
works.
partner stream thing, but like that's
Co-streaming.
normally when people are but that's normally when they're playing the same game.
That's when they're playing. Well, co-streaming literally just like it just puts a thing at the bottom of the screen that says, "Hey, also check out these perspectives," and you can click on it, and it will show you multiple streams simultaneously, which is not exactly what we're shooting for. But
like
now
that's
I'm,
an
now I'm
option,
just trying
but
to
yeah.
think. Well, no, we don't have access to that. We don't have.
We don't. Okay.
That's literally what I'm talking about. We're not partners, so we don't have access to that.
Okay, I'm unaware of like our limitations. That's what we're doing right now. But yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're just gonna have to like figure it out for the time being, because technically a solution would be to pay for Discord Nitro, because Discord Nitro allows you to do 60 FPS 1080p video streaming. And so if either one of us had that, and then just, I mean, we would both have to have that, but that's a monthly subscription, and that sucks ass, and we're making no money off of streaming, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, this isn't.
So
yeah, the only thing I want to be paying for is games.
Yeah,
you know?
Pretty much. So I'm just giving it a little bit more thought here to see if I can come up with something. Because if I just restreamed your Twitch stream, it's going to be the same problem, right? It's just going to be compression after compression. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a test stream at one of these days. I
mean, I still have like a little bit ways to go. I've done, like I said, the audio thing, and I'm looking at like the stream elements to see how much I'm even like considering like needing to add right now, without me being like, oh, my brain being like, oh, Sabi, you have to make something for this specifically, in my brain, and being like, I'm not gonna accept it any other way unless I do that.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that you really don't need, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whether or not I need it or I don't need it, stuff like that.
Yeah. I was about to say, obviously, I think on-screen chat and some of the event log stuff is pretty good. But everything else I don't use, really. So
yeah. Like
I do use Alertbox though. Alertbox is pretty good because Alertbox will just it'll remind you like, hey, somebody followed or donated or rated or something like that. So that's pretty useful.
Like that's the thing where sometimes like either you make like a specific thing for like a icon or something like that for, or I don't know. I don't know whether or not like you had to create the follow thing you have at the bottom.
I had to customize it, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, so it may not be as difficult as I think. So, who knows?
It depends. It's just time consuming. That's all. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, that sounds perfectly fine. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I think this is a bridge that we can cross in the future. But I'm happy that this turned out this way. Worst case scenario, none of this will matter, and you'll just take over stream for the foreseeable future, right?
At least for Friday and Saturdays until you can come back.
Sundays would still be the same, but I am desperately trying to get the data entry job at the airport that I've been applying to, and I applied for the position Wednesday, got an email back Thursday, got an interview today during my lunch break, and now they want to do a video interview either Monday or Tuesday. And I'm like, if I can get this shit like all squared away, I will put in my 2 weeks so that way I can have the rest of August and maybe a little bit of September to just like fucking recover from how shitty American Red Cross is, and then I'll be doing my data entry job, but I'll have my Fridays and Saturdays back, which will be really cool. So yeah, cool. Now, in terms of what we're actually going to play for the rest of stream, we only have like 45 minutes left. How do you feel about like Vampire Survivors and just talking?
Sure.
Cool, let's do that.
I can talk about what I did for the audio things as well.
Sure, if you want to.
If you want to hear about that. Because all I did, I like listened to a dude who's like actually like someone like via like GitHub made this tool that basically it's a plugin for OBS, that gives you an option just to split stuff. So that's what I used, and it was very easy.
Cool. Sounds great.
And I was like, it worked, and I was just like, I did it! It worked!
Aw, dude, I forgot about the ghost trick wallpaper that I made. It's so good.
It looks good, yeah. And then I can send you my little starting screen pic.
Sure, why not?
It's
I'd
like
love to see it.
basic, but I found like a little bit of like a wallpaper thing I could duplicate, and then I just use one of my own like little artwork stuff because it makes sense. Please paste, sir. Why did you not copy even though I clicked copy? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna drag it over.
Frickin', there you go. All right. We're back with Vampire Survivors. Oh, so I like this. You do have a wee bit of a tangent thing kind of going on with the white box kind of cutting off the flowers, but I think this looks very good. This looks really good. It's also going to set my retinas on fire, but that's just because I'm light sensitive, so
That's a
me problem.
It's like white. It's very white and like very light colored.
Just like
but
me.
I'm like, thank you. But I was like, I tend to like, the softness of it. But in the background, I found that and I was like, oh, I think it looks really good. But like you said, it's kind of just light.
Well, investigate the bottom of Gallow Tower. I already did that. Do I not have yeah, I still have Lita. What the hell? That's weird. Oh, by the way, there's a shit ton of new secret characters in the game now. Did I show you this tree?
No.
The tree has the second lowest possible movement speed in the game, and literally the whole point of the tree is that you're just supposed to stand in place. All right, let's do this guy. Also, is there no audio coming through this? It seems very quiet. Let me check the volume mixer real quick. Oh yeah, it's kind of quiet. Also, there's just no music right now, so maybe that helps. All right. Let's do Inlaid Library. Why not? Okay, what do I want? I want overall growth, luck, greed, and curse are doubled at fixed intervals. The character starts gaining 1% growth, luck, greed, and curse every 2 levels. That sounds fucking radical. I'll definitely take that. I'll take a Ring of Lightning. Look at this guy. Do you like the derpy head that's near the front? Oh my
god, I just like how it's like light blue in comparison to everything else.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll take that. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything that you wanna talk about? I guess. We have a lot of banter. We haven't really been able to do banter topics for a while, so I don't know.
Let me look at it. We could talk about the thing I was like starting to talk to you about, and then you're like put it in banter.
What were you talking to me about?
The different types of exploration.
Sure. Yeah, we could talk about that. That sounds like a fun topic. So,
yeah.
Because what was the examples that you brought up where you're like these are two very different games that are both classified as exploration games, and what's the difference, right? You said something. Yeah, I think you said like Outer Wilds and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. So I was like basically thinking about like narrative, like games that are tied to exploration but rely heavily on narrative versus like, oh, I realize then like, oh, open world is also technically exploration, but it doesn't.
It depends on the open
it's
world
not the
game.
Same.
To be
but
fair,
it's not the same, and that's why I brought up like Outer Wilds is like
I would argue that I don't like. I think that
discovery versus exploration.
Yes,
as well?
you hit exactly what I was just about to say, which is that I don't think that I think that more specifically, Outer Wilds is a game about discovery rather than exploration. Because the thing is that like part of exploration is discovery, right? But the thing that Outer Wilds doesn't give you that a lot of other exploration games gives you, it doesn't give you explicit reward. Because like in Zelda Breath, even as much as I bitch about Zelda Breath of the Wild, at least you get something for exploring an area, you know?
Yeah, so would
Holy
you say
shit!
that like
They're so fast!
Games that focus on discovery it's like a subgenre. It's like it's still an exploration, but the purpose of it is discovery versus like other stuff. And then if
other ones might be about like
you're gonna, I feel like you're gonna die.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay.
God. And then discovery really lends itself to having a heavy narrative.
I don't even know about that, because because I know where this came from, right? Like I know why you're thinking about this and whatnot. Yes. But it's just like I don't think that most games that have discovery as a primary focus, I don't think that most games that are about discovery have any real focus on narrative at all. Like I'm thinking about like The Witness, for example. Like it's obviously quite difficult to think of examples of games.
Is that like discovery though? It's more just about like it's more exploration and solving
Saba,
in progressing.
100%. I would say that Witness is a lot more about discovery, because the main reason why the game is interesting at all is because of that moment where you realize that puzzles exist in the natural world as well as on panels, right? Because like once you make that big discovery,
I guess there's different types of discoveries with that. I guess there's discoveries that are like big and profound, but it's via simple concepts. It's about would Return of the Obra Dinn be a game about discovery, do you think, in your mind? It's a mystery game. Yeah, technically, right? Because you are discovering the death of each.
But you wouldn't call it an exploration game, right?
I guess not.
Yeah, you see
It's
what I mean.
very weird.
And now I know that this isn't. I know that this isn't your topic, because the topic you proposed was
We're going where the conversation is naturally leading, just because it's our minds are taking
I just
us.
don't want to. I mean, I just have a tendency to accidentally like heavily steer topics to what I want to talk about, and I feel like that's not really fair.
I'm okay with this, because
so
now I'm just
fast,
like,
Saba, please make them slow down. But yeah.
So in that case, like, what is Wild and like this type of narrative come from? The type that clearly some people have a hard time following.
I think that if Outer Wilds narrative was attached to a more directly engaging game that didn't require because like Outer Wilds is a very like cerebral thinky game, right? The platforming elements are there, but mostly in the base game, obviously. I would hazard to say that for the most part,
like
I was gonna say something, and then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, no, that still doesn't make any sense. It's like even my internal monologue makes no sense.
Because I was thinking, like, even in my mind, there's not that much dialogue to begin with. So it's like you have to really be like,
there is a lot of there's a lot of text in Outer Wilds.
Dialogue, but I'm talking about like when they give you dialogue, it's not a giant chunk of a paragraph. It's like 5 or 6 sentences, which could be a paragraph, but it's like it's still relatively. I think they did it well, where it's like it's easy to read.
I don't know. Like on one hand, I definitely agree with you, which is why like I know that you and I are on the same side. But on the other hand, during my first playthrough, I didn't talk to anybody. I read all the translations, right? Because I thought that the alien language was really interesting, and I wanted to hear what the aliens had to say. But I didn't talk to any of the fucking explorers.
I mean,
right?
I don't think you. I mean, it's not a question about
the whole point of the explorers being there is because they're supposed to act as signposts, right? To point you to other interesting things.
Yeah, but if you okay, I'm not talking about the signpost. I'm talking about like the deductioning of like being able to like figure something out.
I like deductioning is my favorite really smart psychic water type Pokemon that's based on a duck.
Oh, amazing. That's great. Pokemon should take that for sure. And actually make something good with it.
Yeah, because like I mean, I don't like exploration games. I don't think exploration is. I think when you take exploration and try to argue that it's its own genre, like period, I think that's where you start getting shit like. I think that's where you start getting walking simulators. If that makes any sense. I think that's where you start getting games that arguably have no gameplay. Because exploration in and of itself
just about
isn't something.
Seeing what's out there.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the reason...
it is something. It is figuring out if something is there or not, right? And technically, you will have an answer by the end of it.
Well, have you ever played the game Everything?
I don't think so.
The whole point of the game Everything is that it's trying to make this hoity-toity, like, sucking my own dick argument that like everything in the world is connected to each other. And it's this game where I think I showed it to you actually, if I remember correctly, or maybe no, maybe I did. Anyway, where it randomly spawns you as a random object in this forest, and you have to like walk around the environments, going to like bigger environments, smaller environments, just like random shit all over the place, while some like half-breed fucking college professor starts yammering in your ear about like, oh, well, this is in the nature of blah, blah, blah. That is literally an exploration game because there is nothing else other than exploration in it. And I don't think that's what you're trying to argue for in this discussion, right? Because like, what's the other thing in Outer Wilds that makes it not a walking simulator? Like, is Outer Wilds a puzzle game?
I guess being able to do something that you not put in before, or you put in before because you didn't know it was possible.
Right. It's about well, because I mean that's what the game is about, but that's not like
it's like about redefining your reality based off of like what you've learned.
No, well, once again, you're totally correct, because it's like that is what the game is about, but that's not what you're doing in the game. Like, I mean, like physically, what are the verbs that you're doing in the game?
Walking, jumping.
Is Outer Wilds a puzzle game?
A little bit, yes.
Right, because it's a logic puzzle game, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. I would say yes to
if Outer Wilds didn't have the logical puzzle element, and you're just kind of wandering around, like, you know,
it would be basically a walking simulator, and you're just reading stuff about what happened.
Which is why I think that Grant and Jesse aren't as engaged, because they don't want to play a logic puzzly game.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
So it's not about discovery per se. It's about the fact that this is it's like the discovery is being gated by a puzzle, and they just
The reason to discover something is to engage with a logic puzzle, which you have to want to engage with in the first place. Because they don't want to engage with that, it just doesn't work.
There's a difference between... Well, I don't even think they don't want to get... Because it's like, the puzzle to get the knowledge is there, right? And they're fine solving that, right? But once they get the knowledge, it's like they don't particularly... They don't care to even think about it. I'm like, what level of depth of thinking is needed is what
because I don't think
wonder.
they're curious about it. I think they're interested because I think they recognize that the game is well built and I think that they recognize that there is something there. You know, like they recognize like, oh, there is something here that is interesting, but I'm just not interested.
Bring this other person into like that I was watching, and he was reading everything out loud. He was reading all the logs out loud. He was kind of taking stuff in, but it's like then the whole interloper happened, and he read out loud like the stuff. But I think in his mind,
and it just didn't click with him at all, right?
It didn't click, and I think in his mind, what mattered most was like, okay, got the information. Let's go uncover something else.
Well, because that's how he was like interpreting the game in that moment, right? Now, I do want to point out that because of how we have been playing Outer Wilds, because this is like what our like 5th playthrough technically. Like I know the DLC is like its own thing, but this is like our 5th time playing Outer Wilds on stream. You have never had an experience of just witnessing someone play it without a little bit of guidance.
Yeah, which I knew was also another factor.
Because what do you think it would have been like if instead of me like kind of guiding Lawrence's hips during that playthrough, what if instead he just kind of did his own thing? Do you think that you guys would have understood what the interloper was?
That's the thing. I feel like there still would have been, of course, maybe not the emotional depth that like you brought along and like helped us to get. But I
really dramatized it. Yes.
But yeah, I felt like that's, and I think it's fine. I sometimes even enjoy that. I think it could have, to be like fair. I think I would have gotten it to a certain degree because even the guy in the thing was like, he took note of like the Nomai's bones, and they're like, oh, these guys just died like sitting here. Right? But it's like, I don't think it, and maybe it did trigger a little bit, but it didn't trigger a lot of like, that's a little weird. And like, when he went to go learn the interloper, like, or see the, I'm just like, how does that not like click or like mean something to you? Because like, isn't that what this game is?
Let me propose to you a scenario, right? So you're that guy, you've never played Outer Wilds, so you don't know that the interloper is the thing that ended up killing the Nomai, right?
Yeah.
What's to make you think that it wasn't the, what's to make you think that the Nomai didn't all die because the anglerfish got out of Dark Bramble and ate them? Or something. You know?
What do you mean? You're talking about even though like you read what happened at the interloper?
Well, kinda, but like, they like. I guess my point is, no, because you're right. But it's just like I'm trying to be a little bit of devil's advocate for somebody who doesn't understand. Where like they might read the thing at the interloper and they might not necessarily put together like, oh, that moment that you read about in the audio log is the moment that every Nomai in the solar system it was expunged from reality. You know what I mean?
There's a level that I can agree with about like, oh, that exact moment that these guys were writing it, maybe not. But like, on the other hand, it's like clearly they're like, this is lethal. It's literally exploded, right? They were saying something was contained. This thing is literally exploded, and everything is surrounded by ghost matter. Clearly,
something fucking happened.
Yeah, clearly it exploded, and clearly it was the ghost matter because it's like this whole interloper is filled with ghost matter. Like, But once again, and I was gonna bring up, like, it was interesting because the guy even said this is one of his favorite games, and he's super into exploration games. But it's like, maybe you're right. Maybe it's the difference between exploration and discovery, and he likes exploration, not and doesn't care as much about discovery.
He doesn't. Did he? The video that you were watching, did he do the entire game
Before the Interloper?
No. I'm saying like in the playthrough that you were watching, did he end up doing the whole game? I didn't finish
watching it because he did episodes, so I think he finished.
So you haven't actually seen it. So what you should do in order to determine whether or not, like to see whether or not this is the case, you should at some point finish that series whenever he puts all the episodes up and see what his response is to finding what's his face on the quantum moon. Right? Because that's a huge discovery, right? But if he's just into exploration and solving puzzles, he's not going to give a shit. He's going to just get all the info that he needs from that guy and then peace out without really like taking in what that guy means.
I feel like
to
he
the
would
story.
be like, oh, cool, this is that, nice, neat. He's been, or the gnome I've been here for like this entire time. Cool, and then like leave. I feel like that's the type of person that individual is playing, which it's like, I guess, I mean, maybe there's also like things just don't hit hard for people, you know? Could also be that.
I mean, that makes sense. That's a possibility. Dude, look how fucking fast. All of these motherfuckers are so fucking fast now, dude.
But then there's that thing about like how, like, is it is the norm that, or it's like that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, am I weird for being like this like noticeable for these kinds of things, or for having like this much of an impact? And it's like, or is like the default like Grant and like Jesse and stuff like that?
I don't think the default is Grant and Jesse, because I think that for the most part, Grant and Jesse wouldn't be playing this game. We've already kind of established that as like the most likely outcome of like their experience. They just wouldn't be playing this at all. But likewise, I don't necessarily think that your experience is unusual, but I do think that your experience was guided a little bit by someone like me, because I would say that my experience was unusual because a lot of themes in Outer Wilds is about like existentialism and stuff like that, and I have like you know me, I have like the thanatophobia. Yeah. So when I get to the part in the game where they're talking about a comet that comes into the solar system and kills every single living thing in the solar system in the blink of an eye, that fucked me up a lot, which is why it stuck out in my mind and why I made it such a big deal when you guys played. Would you have had the same reaction to that if you had played it by yourself? I have literally no idea. It's impossible for me to know.
You would have been gotten by the fact that the premise of that being a possibility, which I think would have gotten me.
There is no world where that wouldn't have got me in some way because of my thanatophobia.
No, yeah, and I'm saying I think that hit really hard for me, and I think that would have, like, I would be like, wow, that concept sucks, but what would have hit me more is it, like, how it applies to the story. That's, like, the difference between probably you and me in that regard. Like, wow, like, this one thing took out, like, everyone.
Dude, I'm just gonna die. I have bitten off more than I can chew, I think.
Oh my god, you're
so the whole point of this character, by the way, is that they don't need you know how you need passives in order to gain access to the evolved weapons? The whole point of this character is that he doesn't need that, but as compensation, he gains 1% curse every level. 1% curse essentially translates to all enemies are 1% faster, 1% stronger, 1% more damage, and spawn 1% more frequently for every percent of curse, right? But you'll notice below me that there's like this timer ticking down. When it turns red like this, all of their curse doubles.
Wow.
So for this period of time, they have, not only do they have 111% more, you know, of everything, they also double it. So it just fucking kills me. Oh, that's so good. I love it. Anywho, yeah. So, and I don't know. And the thing is that I don't think that any of these interpretations are necessarily wrong per se. I think that the difference is simply that the guy you're watching is getting something different than you did out of the playthrough. And I'm not saying that I think that you think that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that seems
it's just
to be
sometimes like my mind is blown how someone could miss something like that. I think that's the thing. Still to this day, I'm like, how could like it's like a poster of like something that reveals a truth of like the universe, and you look at it and you register it, but it means nothing to you. And I'm just like, what? What?
Or maybe, I mean, I don't know. You watched the video, I didn't, obviously. So, like, I don't know. Maybe the circumstance is actually a little bit more finicky than that. Maybe it did register to him, but he was in play video game efficiently mode.
Maybe, but it's the same thing
So
as like what happened with like Grant and like Grant and Jesse.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, once again, Grant and Jesse just aren't into this. To them, it seems like it seems like this is just a walking simulator.
Yeah, I guess I think it goes down to like, it's on one hand, it's like it's that idea of like, oh my gosh, there's something so monumental in front of you. How could you like miss it? But then on the other hand, I guess it's just like something like that means more to me to begin with, to like care about it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment of this.
Come on, if like the Grim Reaper was standing right in front of you, whispering secrets to you, you'd be a fool not to at least think about it.
That's not the situation that happened, though. The situation was that a body was dead, which they've seen a lot of, and it talked about like, man, shit sucks, and they were like, yeah, that makes sense. Shit sucks. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. And the thing is that now I think about it, the fucking you don't even get any signposts for doing the interloper, right? It's just that stinger.
What do you mean? You get and
this is the thing that I was talking about on last Sunday, where, oh my god, Medusa, please, holy shit, she's so fast, and her speed's not even being doubled yet. Holy shit. Holy fuck! Holy Christ, dude. Jesus, what was I talking about even? The most of Outer Wilds is signposted, right? Every discovery leads to at least 2 other discoveries, if not at least the next one in the sequence, right? So so like every discovery points you towards the next one, which allows you to like complete the game without needing like a guide necessarily. Whether or not you're paying attention to those signposts is your own fault, but that's that, right? I don't think the interloper points to anything. When you finish the interloper, I think the thing that you get from the interloper is simply the knowledge that all of these fuckers are dead.
Yeah, I think a couple of things point to the interloper.
Tons of things point to the interloper. Yeah.
Because the interloper is supposed to be like such a huge point, right? Because it's like, what happened to the Nomai?
I mean, the vast majority of people who play the game don't
right?
even realize that you can land on the interloper until the sun station.
Yeah. No,
which is
I mean,
interesting.
ultimately, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, one of the biggest questions of the game, that's what the interloper
answers. What happened to the Nomai,
yeah. Yeah, so it's like
because the entire game, the Nomai are talking about like this big project, and you're discovering the whole thing, and it's like, oh, this is why I can time travel. That's so neat. And then like, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. Well, if I can do this, where are the rest of the Nomai? And it's like, oh,
why are all these bones here sitting down in like all these random positions? Like, things point to you asking questions about what happened to them, right?
Right.
And it's just, once again,
dude,
it's a narrative thing. If you don't care about narrative.
Some of them are too strong. I'm gonna fucking die, dude. I didn't even make it to 15 minutes. Fucking Jesus.
What are you talking about? It's 17 minutes.
Well, sorry. Yeah, you're right. My statement was literally factually incorrect. You're correct. Fuck, dude.
Anywho, I think ultimately I just wish people cared
About Outer
more.
Wilds.
As well as that, but narratives in general. I wish
People care
cared
about
more.
narratives. Don't pretend like people don't care about negatives or
I think
narratives. They
everyone
just
in
need
the
to.
world-
I think everyone in the world hates narrative. I genuinely think it just boils down to, do people like the game or not?
I mean, it's interesting because it's like Outer Wilds would not be my type of game just because the fact I'm not as into sci-fi and like I think it would be
If you saw it on
and
your
also
recommended
first
list,
person.
you probably wouldn't check it out.
Yeah, but it's like I like still through playing it, like I cared about it, right? Like
I mean,
what
you
the
didn't
game
play
had to
it.
offer. No, I didn't play it, but I was there and I like helped figure everything out. So technically, I was playing, just not in like the hands-on sense.
Right.
But it's like
She's dead.
I cared about the story. I thought it was like it meant something. I thought it was worth something, you know?
That's because you're a silly person. Video games can't mean anything. That's ridiculous. What the fuck? What's up with those? What's up with those two laser beams?
Bro, it's just unlimited power, Zach.
I guess so. God, I'm gonna die. Wow, this character is fucking bonkers, dude. It's awesome. All right, well, I mean, we didn't actually really even talk about your actual topic, which is like different types of exploration games per se. But I think like my overall statement still stands of like, I don't think exploration is a genre. I think it's part of a genre. You need to have something else along with it, or else you'll just get a walking simulator. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can make it to 20 minutes, I win, by the way. I'm really excited.
Nice. I think you're gonna do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah? As
Maybe
these witches
not.
fucking bum rush me, you think that's gonna happen?
God, my frame rate, like just the pixels are blending into obscurity.
That's called your bit rate, actually, believe it or not.
Thank you, actually, because I was like, my frame rate's not bad. So
Your frame rate is
I have
excellent. Your bit
minimal-
rate is shit, and that's totally Vampire Survivor's fault. I'm pretty sure that if I were like to tab over to Firefox real quick, my bit rate's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful.
On Twitch, it's fine. On Discord, it's nightmarish.
Discord will do that.
Yeah.
But anywho,
but I'm sad. So see, I like starting off like whenever I have like a banter idea. It's usually because I have an idea in my mind, and it's just the key phrasing of like the start of the idea.
No!
Oh no,
He's
Zach,
so
this guy's fast.
Please,
Technically,
leave me
you
alone.
won. Look, it's past 20.
I did it. Well, that's because this guy gives me a randomazo. Or never mind, a randomazo and 4 items. Or sorry, 4 bags of money. Dude, this is gonna be a lot of money. I think this is gonna be like upwards of 800. Never mind, like thousands even.
No, your 800 was correct.
Fuck. That was close. Dude, where the fuck is my randomazo? This is bullshit. I need the randomazo that just allows me to suck up every item in the level to me, like every 2 minutes. I need that, like, really fucking badly. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Do you want to do another banter topic? We have like 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's see.
That was a good topic, though. I really enjoyed that one. Because I do feel like a clever man. Oh, you know what? I do have a banter topic. I didn't put it in there, but I was just thinking about it. So there's been a thing going around on Twitter. I obviously follow a lot of game designers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think on a surface level, we can classify ourselves as... I mean, I think you're literally... Well, I don't know if you're a game designer per se, but I think you're literally the only professional, like, game developer among any of us, in a literal sense. But a lot of game developers were talking Oh no, I don't have any rerolls yet. Fuck. Well, this sucks. I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. Damn it. Are any of these fucking things useful to me? They're not, dude. They all suck. Well, you know what? Fuck it. All experience things now turn into missiles when I shoot them. When I pick them up, they now turn into missiles and kill people.
That's funny.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. So the thing I was saying about the developers, they're talking about there's been this thing going around where a bunch of small to medium and a couple large game developers were talking about how simply knowing game design theory does not make you a game developer. The best way to prove that you're a game developer, or not prove, but the best way to like be a game developer is to make a lot of really weird, shitty games.
I just think it's like doing something.
Sorry. I'm saying this very poorly because I was dying. You need to make a lot of small games that are bite-sized. Like, they need to be bite-sized with a fun idea. Because once you figure out how to do those things and what works and what doesn't, you can apply those to larger projects, and then you're a game developer. If you're the type of person who just immediately jumps into the really, really, really big stuff without doing those like early steps to figure out what works and what doesn't, it's not going to happen. Like you're gonna make something that ends up just kind of falling on its face in a weird way.
On one hand, I would say it makes sense in the essence of trial and error will give you a lot of experience, right? On the other hand, it's like
so many revives.
I don't like a hard rule, like, right? It's probably a good way of doing it, but if you're someone who very much understands how things work and like even if you go into like a bigger thing and it's like it turns out the way you want, like you could still be like a good game developer even if you go to more like a mid-sized thing. And now don't forget there's a difference between like suddenly being thrown into like a top tier game as like a senior. Like that's like not the same, clearly. So it's like I feel like you still get like knowledge that way, even if you're thrown in like a bigger thing. But it's like I get the idea of what they're trying to say. I just don't know if it's hard and like it's a hard and fast rule.
Yeah, because like obviously I personally took offense because it's like I think about game design a lot. I think about how like some things work and some things don't by looking at games. Like that's. But like one of the things that they were saying is that you can't know game design by just playing a game, because just playing a game doesn't tell you about how it was made, right? Something that
agree with that, yeah.
Something that really works from a design standpoint might be fucking awful from a production standpoint, right? Like actually producing the thing would suck ass. And obviously that makes a lot of sense. You know, like there's really no argument there, but it's just the sort of thing. Oh, I get to pick which weapon I want. Which weapon do we want, Saba?
Actually, Amari.
Oh, you want cat?
Under the bird.
Oh, that's gonna suck. All right.
You asked me and I gave you an answer.
You did. You acquiesced with my request. It's true. All right. Pick up everything.
By the way, like when you said what like they had said, basically my mind also like formed a separate analogy of it's like, which of them it's kind of true, but it's like not the same thing about like, oh, well, you can't be called a writer until you actually write something. You know?
Well, a lot of writers have said that in the past, which is like you need to write a lot of books to figure out what works and what doesn't, and then you can be. Well, sorry. I guess I'm kind of misrepresenting their statements, because it's not necessarily that they're saying like, oh, you can't be a game developer until you do X, Y, and Z. It's more along the lines of like you shouldn't speak as a game design authority until you've done X, Y, and Z.
That does make more sense because it's like that's experience and stuff. But the reason why I said like the writer thing is that like
I think Stephen King literally said that. Was once you write your 100th book, then you can call yourself an author.
But that's the interesting thing. Like, in comparison to, like, I would say, I don't know how much you need to write in order to become a writer. Because it's like, on one hand, like, if you start out, right? If you're going to be the type of writer that writes poems, even one poem is technically like... You
are a poet. Like, by
you
definition.
are a poet now. Yeah. So it's like, on one hand, you don't have to write, like, for like the game design, like, you don't have to write tiny novellas first. Like, you could try to go right straight into a book, and you still have the same
validity?
Experience, because, like, on one hand, if it's smaller, right, that poses its own challenges, and then, like, writing a bigger novel also poses its own challenges as well. So, like, they're different. Can I propose a... This is gonna be like an allegorical proposition, but just bear with me, right? If I build a chair, can I call myself a carpenter? I would say, bro, yeah, you building a chair is already so much higher than most things.
I built a chair, and I call myself a carpenter, right? But now, what if I'm a carpenter that only builds chairs? I don't know if I would necessarily be comfortable calling myself a carpenter. I would probably say, like, I'm a carpenter who builds chairs or something. You know what I mean? Like something more specific. And I think it comes back to your, like, the amount of authority you get from it. So it's like, does authority coincide with experience, do you think?
Yes, because normally experience comes with knowledge, and knowledge is usually something.
Knowledge comes with power. No.
Yes, actually, but like, and knowledge comes with, like, the ability to know how to do stuff, right? That's what the knowledge
comes
is, and that's
with
what
sexy bitches.
So it's like, so even if I would call myself a poet from writing a couple of poems, doesn't mean that suddenly, like, the all-encompassing being of a poet is like what I am, and I'm suddenly like a god poet, you know?
Right. Because it was the I think the reason why this, like, Twitter phenomenon occurred was because there was a particularly large group of people who were criticizing. There was some game announcement that happened just recently. Literally no recollection as to what it was, because I was working on that day, but there was, like, a lot of people criticizing its game design decisions, and a lot of, like, professional, like, veteran indie game developers were like, I don't think you guys know what you're talking about at all, actually. And it became
to the people who were, to, like, the fans, or, like, to the person who made that well, it wasn't even fans. It was literally just like a game was announced, and then people were responding to the news about the game being announced. And then
you know what? Sorry, it wasn't an announcement. It was reviews. It was reviews that were coming out about the game after it was released.
Is that like a cat? Like the cats are, like, fighting there?
Yes.
Or what's happening? That's hilarious. Oh man. But so it's like the professionals were responding to the people responding to the reviews, or the reviews themselves?
The people responding to the game, and the reviews responding to the game, because those were largely the same.
Okay, I think I get it.
Yeah. So, because I don't know, it's just weird where it's just like, I think that game design in a really weird way, right? So, like, if you're an artist, like, let's say you're a painter, more specifically, you can take a million lessons on how to do, like, proper scene composition and color theory, and literally just get, like, practiced at painting, like, just the physical act of painting. But at some point, you do need to start making something that's not a lesson, right?
It's like, it's interesting. It's, on one hand, it's like having the eyes and knowledge of the thing. The eyes. But it's like, if you don't execute on it, it's like you can't prove to other people. Like, you can only prove to someone that you know what you're talking about by talking. You wouldn't be able to prove it any other way besides like that, unless like you actually.
Well, I mean,
do
you could prove
the
that
painting.
you know game design by having a good game that you released under your belt, right? Like, yeah, you would still have to talk about it, but
you can
like,
understand good game design. Like that's the same thing about like critics, right? Of like food. It's like, well, you haven't made
you're not
food. How do you
you're
know
not
how
a
to?
chef.
Yeah, you're not a chef. How do you know to like critique it? And it's like I think
That's a good point. Genuinely,
you can know how to. You can know something for sure, but I think. And that's the thing. They're called something different. Maybe that's it.
Can I ask you another hypothetical question? And this is like a thought experiment that's been used a lot in like different like novels and whatnot. And I probably brought this up to you before, so we're just bear with me. If you have read an entire library's worth of books talking about every single facet of an apple, like words describing how it tastes, pictures showing you how it looks, like the history of the apple, like all the way down to like the DNA that leads to the apple's construction, right? Like literally everything there is possible to know about the apple, you know it, right?
Yeah.
But you have never seen an apple in real life.
I believe the answer is your guess would be actually very accurate.
Well, so
what an apple is.
because what I was gonna say was that now let's assume that after you know everything about an apple, right? Everything that like you literally know everything that you could possibly learn about an apple without having experienced one, right? Now I put an apple on the table in front of you. Have you gained something in that moment?
I feel like we have discussed this, right? It's the
I feel like we have, because I like this
Yeah.
thought process a lot, right? Because
It's
like
you're actually gaining an experience, yeah, versus like the knowledge. Because I know experience and knowledge are separate. Because on one
experience
hand,
is applied knowledge, right? I think.
no, not always, because something can happen to you and then you will learn from that experience, right?
Is
'Cause on one
knowledge
hand, 'cause
learning? I guess that makes sense.
Is knowledge learning?
Well, I
Yes.
mean, yeah.
I know, but it's you know how that
Well,
sounded.
because
yeah.
knowledge can be instinct, right?
I feel like I would need an example of that.
Like, I don't know. Like, I guess the thought that came to my head was like, I didn't need to learn that fire was hot. I just fucking knew that fire was hot, you know?
Oh, okay. Some of it, yeah. Like the
that,
basic
like that's
survival.
knowledge that I
It's
just intrinsically had, I guess.
really, because on one hand, then little kids, even though they can feel the heat, will still try to sometimes attempt to touch a stove.
That's true. That's a good point. Because it doesn't necessarily look like fire per se or something. I don't know. But yeah, you know what? Maybe now that I'm thinking about it, like when I was a kid and I just fucking I thought that I just instinctually knew, like, don't touch fire, it's gonna burn you. Maybe that was because I had read like a children's book about like fire or something. I don't know. Like that had like fire in it.
I was thinking about the Apple idea, because it's like, even if you knew everything you could possibly know about an apple, right? If you were to go into the field and suddenly like be told to like plant an apple tree, then it's like, even with all the knowledge about the apple, you're now going to be faced with, and I think this usually happens, experience throws to you factors you could never like expect. So it's like suddenly the rain isn't enough. Like the soil's not cooperating with you. It's like there are sometimes things out of your control that, like, even with all the knowledge, like it couldn't have prepared you for unless you experienced it.
I don't know about that, because like I feel like that's circumventing the like intention of the thought experiment, because it's like, if like so in the hypothetical that you propose is like, you know everything that there is possible to know about an apple, which would logically imply that you know everything that's tangential to an apple. And I'm not saying that this suddenly means that you know everything in the universe. I'm saying like it would be reasonable to assume that if you know everything possible about an apple, that means you probably also know a lot of stuff about apple pie. You know? and apple orchards and apple tending.
I don't think about apple. I think if you know apple, you know how an apple grows. You probably know. I don't even think they you necessarily need to know it's like a minimum normally even how you read about like flowers and stuff like that. Oh, they probably need shade. They probably need blank, blank, blank. Like I don't even think you can quantify it to like an nth degree.
You can definitely quantify that kind of stuff. Because
it's more rare to get that kind of information.
Like chlorophyll and stuff, it's just chemicals. Like you can quantify that. Like it would be insane and
DNA.
It would be insane
like
and inhuman to like put into like words on a book. But like you could, in theory, write a book that's like, hey, this is the exact ratio of like nutrients to water to sunlight that an apple needs in order to grow perfectly. You know what I mean?
Sure, but then it's like it won't tell you potentially other information. So it's like you may know that much about soil, but I think
that's the problem with this hypothetical, is that if it has to do with an apple, like in a direct manner, I don't like a direct and reasonable manner. I don't think in this hypothetical that it's fair to be like, oh well, you just didn't learn that then, because I think that's the whole point of this, is that you do learn it.
It's about you. I don't think you can learn about
I don't know if there's a
unexpected.
Circumstance. Well, okay, never mind. I think I have finally come to understand what you're talking about, because I was just about to say I don't think there is a circumstance that you wouldn't be able to learn about ahead of time, but I'm realizing now that you're talking about a circumstance that has literally never occurred before.
Yeah, like they won't, like a book or whatever won't tell you what to do suddenly if no one around you has the correct soil. Like, even though you know what the correct soil is,
it'll probably tell you like the next best thing. Like I feel like that's a reasonable. Right? I feel like that's a reasonable thing where it's just
maybe, but you're sticking too close to like, oh, they'll give you the next best soil and you'll find. I'm talking about like just like the fact like what happens if this happens to you.
Like it's not it's not instructions. It's not telling you like this is what you have to do. It's knowledge. It's saying like, oh, this is like the optimal ratio that you should have. It's not telling you that this is what you need to have. Okay, sorry. I'm kind of derailing this a little. I'm kind of derailing this a little bit. The whole point of the thought experiment is: do you gain something from experiencing something versus learning something? Yes. And I think that there is. So in that case, we wrap this back around to the idea of like game design. And it's like, okay, if I read 1 million books and watch 1 billion YouTube videos of people like of making games. You know what I mean? If I have witnessed and learned about literally every game that has ever been made and the process of producing them, do I learn something or do I gain something for when I have finally built my first game as opposed to learning about it?
I think you, by having knowledge, you are able to criticize something and critique it, but I don't think you're able to actually figure out the best remedy for it, potentially.
Okay, so you can identify that something is a problem, but maybe you're not the best authority to come up with a solution.
Yeah,
that's interesting. That's an interesting assertion. I think I feel comfortable agreeing with that. Almost universally.
Shaky, but I can kind of see it. Because authority, I think also, like, you also have to prove your authority. So it's like, once again,
which is really funny to say, because in a lot of circumstances, you definitely don't. There are a lot of people with a lot of authority in this world who definitely didn't prove that they deserve the authority.
I mean, technically, right, a position provides its own not definition, or provides its own
but you don't have to prove
authority.
But you don't have to prove that. It just happens.
Once you're in the position, yes, but then also like if you're smart about it, you know, if people are smart about it, they should be constantly checking to make sure that it is correct, you know.
Sure, right, and obviously, and you know, I'm not bringing this up in the sense of like, lol, Saba's wrong. I'm bringing it up in the sense of like, man, I wish that's how things worked.
No, yeah, because I was just thinking, like, even with, like, knowledge, I think potentially it could be quicker to prove to prove that you have authority. So it's like by just doing the thing, like making a game and putting it out there, versus like, oh, you would have to explain a lot multiple times of like your knowledge being like very extensive and like top tier.
You know what I'm realizing that this discussion is? This is in a very circuitous way the exact same discussion that we tried to have when like you and I were both very negative on Legends Arceus, and Lawrence was like, I don't care what you guys think, you haven't played it. Right? Because we knew all this information about the game, about its performance and stuff like that. But Lawrence's assertion was your opinion doesn't matter unless you've experienced it, i.e. played it.
Don't we have some experience of? Oh, so you're talking about playing versus design, because we were complaining about design, right? Versus
well, we were complaining about like the performance of the game and the fact that it looks like shit and like the game is subpar. But then Lawrence was like, I don't have to listen to this because you guys didn't play the game. So why are you like his assertion was like, why do you guys have such a strong opinion on Legends Arceus? You haven't even played it yet.
Because some of it doesn't have to be about the experience, you know? Because like if something looks a certain way, that's different between like a mechanic. Now on one hand,
when I show you a video of the frame rate dropping to single digits in a $60 game, I don't need to have experience to tell you that that's shit.
Yeah, that's not the same thing as like a mechanic in a game and like you being like, oh, I hate that mechanic, without even trying it out within the context of like the game itself. I think mechanics are a little bit different than like you said, frame rate, visuals, and stuff like that.
Like literal technical performance and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's not a 1-for-1 from that discussion to this discussion, but it's interesting to think about nonetheless, I suppose. By the way, I'm super sorry. We are like super over time.
I know, we're 12 minutes over. Yeah.
I know you're probably tired, but I did want to finish this run. So I don't know.
I know, I'm just happy I wrapped up the conversation. I may leave you to this just because I'm starving.
Okay. I mean, if you want to leave, I'll just be here.
I will say the cat thing is really amusing, and I'm glad I suggested it.
About the with the cats like fighting each other. So the thing with the cats that's interesting as well is that so obviously like every weapon in the game evolves now, right? So the thing with like the default cats that's kind of interesting, I suppose, is that the default cats will just fucking swipe at you. Because the idea is that in addition to fighting,
too?
yeah, in like that's obviously fun. Not as much as they hurt like enemies, but yeah, they will take a swipe at you every once in a while. And there was a playthrough like a couple runs ago that I did off stream where they just fucking killed me because there's a stat in the game called amount, which is literally the amount of projectiles that you shoot when you activate your weapon. And so my amount was so high that I was shooting out cats faster than my natural health regen could save me. But I also couldn't run around looking for floor chicken because because there were too many enemies around. So slowly over the course of like 11 minutes or whatever, the cats were just brutally murdering me to death by cutting me slightly every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
By the way, so one last thing before I head off was that, at least for the OBS thing, I think I'll finish up watching like the video I'm looking at for like overlay, and like, I don't know, by the end of it, I can kind of be like, oh, this kind of looks like a decent for like what I think I need. And then I don't know, I think maybe you and I can talk one more time and I can show you, and like you could be like, yeah, is good, or like, oh, I have this, but maybe you don't need it, or blah 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 blah.
Sure. If I could give a pointer as somebody who streamed for a while, watched a lot of streams, but has seen little to no success in streaming, the one thing that I would tell you ahead of time, if you're doing like more overlay based stuff, make sure that if you're going to use any, like, obviously I have my own personal stance on having things cover gameplay. I've stated multiple times that I really don't like that. But, you know, obviously that's your own prerogative. If you are going to be doing like what I do, where like you shrink the gameplay and then have stuff around it in some capacity, or like whatever, do not go smaller than what I have, because if you go smaller, like screen percentage wise than what I have, people are gonna get pissed because they're like, what the fuck? I can't see the game.
I get it. And this video, it's like, it's not only about like what you've done. It's like, oh, that's what taught me a little bit to like, oh, make sure you have like your starting soon thing and kind of like that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would agree with you. I don't think I'll have as much as you. And like the way, like even if I were to do like VTuber stuff, I would probably, it's easy because you can just transparency the background of the VTuber. So it's just like the VTuber. So it takes up less space than like what yours does.
Right.
Yeah, but anywho, yeah, my thing still stands, and I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Well,
alrighty, I'll
be
see
here
you tomorrow.
I will end stream, but I'm gonna finish the game. All right. Bye bye.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good night, stream.